Check. Oh my god, find the button! Oh fuck, I didn't find the button in time. I didn't find the button in time. The other song came on. I should have more time in between the songs. You know? Cuz then I can make that sound in the background. Right? It's me playing with my paintbrush. Playing with my paintbrush. Ooh. What's up, everybody? It is it Monday?
Yeah, it is.
Can you verify that it's Monday?
Well, I can barely verify that we're human, but in theory, everything's telling me it's Monday.
You're like, negative. I am a meat popsicle.
Pretty much.
Yeah? Are you a meat popsicle yet?
No, I am not frozen. I am still just a bag of... There's no really good way of going down this road. Just stop it.
Oh, hold on.
I'm a bag of warm human.
I'll play the... I can't play the... Fuck, I can't play it. Maybe I can do the GIF. I can play the GIF.
Okay.
Here we go. Here's the GIF for you. I can't play the audio because I'll probably get I'll get a copyright strike or something. Here we go. Negative. I am a meat popsicle. There you go. There's the GIF for you. There's the GIF. We'll just let it play for a minute. GIF style.
I picked generators yesterday, so I am no longer a meat popsicle.
Oh, you had generator fail again?
Just the carbs and the petcock both clog on these.
Oh, yeah.
So I got to play with my petcock.
You got to play with your petcock and make sure it's not stuck.
That's right.
You got to make sure you don't have a sticky petcock.
They're two super simple machines to repair, these little Ryobis. They're easy to get in and out of. You don't need to have a 4-year-old's hands to work inside of them. And yeah.
Yeah, and once you have to remove the 4-year-old's hands to get access to them, it's troubling because then you have all this viscous fluid to deal with.
Yeah, and a screaming 4-year-old.
If you guys don't know what a petcock is, you weirdos, I know what you perverts are thinking about. Here you go. Here's a perfect example of a petcock. Bam.
Oh my God, the Fish Fam link is here.
There it is. Fish Fam link is here. You guys mentioned it earlier. You guys were like, he's not listed for Fish Fam stuff, and then boom. There you go. Fish Fam link. The robot showed up, or it's the actual person. I have no idea. I can't verify one way or another. And I like to, personally, I like to leave it a little ambiguous. This is also a petcock. This is a petcock. This is a petcock. These are the ones that I have to deal with all the time. These dumb pieces of shit on people's furnaces. Your furnaces. Your furnaces be broken, okay? And somebody will be like, hey, can you replace this? And I'm like, my license does not let me replace it, but it is fucking broken. Call a fucking plumber over, and he can replace it for you. Because your house has homeowners insurance, and I cannot afford to rebuild your $785,000 fucking 1983 built split level house. I can't do that.
Oh, come come on.
It could be possible I could rebuild a $785,000 like fancy house. You know what I mean? Because then
to do a split level.
I can't rebuild a split level on my own dime. You know what I'm saying? And technically my insurance would cover it, but then I'd be dropped from my insurance and my bond would get annihilated. And I'd have a bunch of problems. And then they'd be like, we need to put this guy in jail forever. And I'd be like, well, so be it.
Pick my country.
What's that? Yeah, do I get to pick my country? Is it?
I go to for jail?
I'm thinking not Nigeria.
No. We're going to send our worst criminals there and then occasionally bomb it.
Here's the issue. It's hot.
Yeah.
But also I don't speak the language. Bummer, right?
Right.
Venezuela, Ecuador, it's also hot. But I do speak the language enough that it would take me about a month to get back up to speed. Fully immersed while they whipped me and tortured me and shaved me and what other stuff was going on? There was a sexual assault amongst other things.
Sexual assault with the batons. Stress posed you.
Stress pose.
Stress pose.
I thought the stress pose was more of a spa type thing.
No.
Where you go you do planking for your abs, you know?
Yeah, they're doing Pilates.
Yeah, we're doing Pilates. You guys got a ball? You guys have a workout ball I could roll around on?
Can I have some 5-pound weights for my ankles? No.
Yeah. Yeah, I need some little 5-pounders. I wonder if there was a point in time when I had like a some little 5-pound
weights.
Just some ankle weights for when I was doing stairs, you know? Yeah. And I was like, are they over there? Because I could grab them, but I see 25-pounders and then I see a 40-pound weight vest, but not the cankle weights.
No cankle weights for you.
I just don't know where they are. They're somewhere. They're really good for hiking because it really gets to burn on in your quads, you know?
Dude.
You get your quads, you get your quads all blasted, you know?
Quads all. Pet cocks and quads. It's been 10 minutes in. We're already racing. Joking.
You're the one talking about pet cocks and quads, man, not me. I'm just here.
It's true.
I'm just here on a Monday. It is Monday, the 29th of December. That means it's the last stream of the year. Barring any kind of psychotic donations. Yeah. Which is fine. You don't need to donate. Nobody really needs to donate. Here's the thing. If somebody donates psychotically, then I have to change my plans. So there's that. You know? Sometimes you have to think about, like, they're gonna make me change my plans if they give me a bunch of funding to make content.
Right. Or do another live stream.
Right. And I'm like, then I gotta change the calendar. You know?
So inconvenient. Just don't pay me.
The calendar. Yeah. You guys don't understand the complexity of the calendar. It's got.
Well, yeah, because you're not really in charge of the calendar.
I'm not even really in charge of it. That's true. True facts. I'm not in charge of it. Speaking of calendar, this last week we didn't stream, and it was for a good reason, because on the calendar it said, "Go to the frosty North Tundra, where you will freeze and be really cold." Otherwise known as, it said, "Go to Alaska for the holidays." So we did. We went to Alaska for the holidays. We returned late Saturday night, and yesterday was kind of as much as you would like to hit the ground running once you return was kind of a recovery day. So we watched football. Olivia and I had fun goofing around all day. Vicky was gone dealing with some nieces and nephews or whatever. So Olivia and I just chilled. We weren't sure. I wasn't sure if she had like a cold or something, or if it was just the change from being moist here and not moist in Alaska, which it's very much not moist. No humidity in the air up there, and no humidity in the air in the buildings because they are just cranking the heat and drying it out. The little bit of humidity in the air is gone because it was the lowest temperature we experienced was minus 17.
Yargity.
What's that?
Said that's cold. Yargity is what I said. But
yeah, we didn't get to the minus 20, so we don't have that. Olivia doesn't have that on her card yet. She's never experienced that, but we did the minus 17. Pretty much everywhere you had to go, you had to wear tracks. If you guys don't know what tracks are, let me find you an Amazon link instead of trying to tell you to buy vibrators and dildos this week.
there you go.
They are this. Where's those ones are shitty. Those ones are garbage. Those ones are trash. Let me find you the real deal ones. I don't want you to accidentally buy some weird Chinesium built knockoff brand that is just somebody slapping a keyboard. Like the name of this company is ZSFLZSZ. The fuck?
Sticks.
Yeah. You're like, oh, it's because you got in trouble multiple times and just keep rebranding your company onto Amazon. Right. Here you go. These are the actual ones that you would want to purchase, and I am very sorry that they are $58, but they are fucking $58 if you want to get the reasonable ones.
As someone who is broken
or
her tail by the ice, $58 is perfectly affordable.
Yeah, the issue is it's not so much the falling down, right? It's like, oh, I fell down, bummer. It's the broken wrist. It's the broken tailbone or mangled your knee. It's just all of those weird things that happen from falling that are the big expenditure in your money, right? Because you're like, well, fuck, even if you have perfect health insurance and you still have to pay a copay, whether you like it or not, multiple copays. So you're probably going to be out $100, $1,000, $50, whatever. Just from the copays. Then on top of it, you're probably going to miss work for a little while. You're not going to be able to do shit when you busted your ass, literally, and literally.
Yep.
Literally busted your ass, not figuratively, but literally busted your booty. Just remember, you're not a wombat, okay? You can't be busting things up with your butt. You're not a wombat.
In the future, it's going to ruin your twerking too.
You got to think about earning money, like going to work. You're not going to be able to twerk.
Twerk with a broken ass.
That's the thing. Is like, I mean, if I was twerk worthy and people would shower me in cash for twerking, I would probably do it. Why not? Actually, I think I've mentioned this on the stream before because somebody. I remember somebody was like, I don't know, they were talking shit and they were like doing the regular. They were doing the regular thing that dudes do, like, oh, you got a small dick, and it was like, okay, well, it's pretty standard size, and I don't have any complaints, But right. if it was gigantic size, you probably would know about it because I would be making money from it, Right. I'm like, I don't, if you have like, here's the thing, like if you have an abnormally like accelerated physical ability, there's no shame in making money off of it, right? Like, I watch the NFL where guys are freakishly sized, right? Like, and it's not even necessarily like a talent issue, because like you think about an offensive lineman is
Right.
no,
Painting a
like they're
wall.
well, no, I'm just saying, like, no, their body measurements are crazy. They have to have like abnormally long arms, an abnormally long torso, and short legs, right? Like,
Right.
to be an offensive lineman, it's like that's what they're looking for, and they have it all down to a science, right? That they're like, well, we're not going to draft this guy because his arms are 3 inches too short. It's just literally like what happens, right?
Okay, that's
And so, and I have zero criticism for guys that are like, oh, I became a professional rugby player, or I became a professional diver, or a long distance runner, or whatever, right? Or it's like I became a model for the swimsuit magazine or whatever, right? Like, I don't have any criticism for those people, like, at all. It's like, if you have something that you can profit off of in a abnormal way like that, like, why not? I mean, I don't see the downside to it, and I honestly don't see the downside to like sex workers if it is a consensual. If there's consent involved, then yeah, I don't care. If people are into it, then that's fine. Which, by the way, I think if I had a kink, it would probably be that, like, oh, these people are hella consenting. You know what I mean? Like, they're into it.
right.
So if I had a kink, that's probably it.
She said yes more than anybody.
I mean, it's like, what is it? What's the term for it? It's like, what is it? Enthusiastic consent or something?
There
Isn't
you
that
go.
the term? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know. That's probably my whole thing. If I had a thing, that's probably it. Being enthusiastically into it. Hold on a minute. My fucking door did something weird. Yeah. My door bonked, and I was like, what the fuck? Is there somebody out there?
Somebody on 2 legs rather than just the regular 4.
Yeah, somebody came in the garage, and I'm cool with them.
Good.
Yeah.
That's also good.
I was like, oh, all right. Makes sense. We don't have any viewers today, Witchy Cat. What should we talk about?
Well, we don't, huh?
We have 0 viewers. We have 2 viewers, and I think I count as one of them, so we don't have
I
any
was
viewers
thinking
today.
Mark and leave us. All right, Frank was here.
I don't know. Frank was here. He's gone now. I don't know. It says concurrent
Crazy
viewers.
girl.
It
Crazy
says
girl, I tell ya.
it says concurrent viewers too.
It's you and me, babe.
It's just you and I.
Yeah, well,
I think that's us.
they'll show up.
They probably won't, which is fine.
The Australians and Alyssa usually wander in late. It's okay. Or the New Zealanders, rather.
Well, it's a question of do we want to? What do we want to talk about? Because there's nobody here. Oh, there we go. Oh, you're echoey.
I don't know. Frank was here. He's gone now.
I am.
Hold on a minute.
It says concurrent viewers. It says concurrent viewers too.
Oh no, you just sound weird. Like you're. Yeah, it just sounds like you're calling in from outer space.
Well,
Which you-
I mean, basically.
You are.
I am. Ooh, we've doubled. Fish Fam Link is always here for us. Yeah, I don't know. I did like your topic today because I did sort of start wandering down that Minnesota childcare rabbit hole until I realized the dates were all wrong.
Pardon me?
I said I do like your topic today because I did wander down the Minnesota Child Care Center rabbit hole until I realized that the dates were all off.
No. So if you want to know, there's this guy Nick Shirley who's a YouTuber, right? And let's see if we can't just pull up. This is funny. And I wonder if I can send this to myself. I wonder if I can send this to myself. Hold on. Let's Let's go to my clipboard.
Hey, man,
Clipboard.
what's on my clipboard?
Oh no, it might not have saved the right video. Oh no, it is the right video. We'll go to it in just a second. I just sent it in News Politics, so you guys can check it out if you want. But this video right here, we will load it up and we will pause it. And we will pause this video because what we're going to do is pull up the other video. News Politics. Then we go. I want to visit the site, so I have an extra window.
Governor Tim Walz and state.
Okay, so the first thing that we want to do, Witchy Cat has problems listening to the audio because it doesn't feed through to her ears. So bear with her if she if she just starts talking over some shit. Okay, so this first clip here is from over 11 months ago. So you got to think this was at least January. I don't have the exact date because it just says 11 months ago. I wonder if I can... January 28th. There it is. Okay. You have to click the thing now in order to get the date. So this came out January 28th, 2025. Okay, we're going to play this real quick.
Pledged to crack down on fraud in state government programs after scandals questioned their oversight.
We got complaints about the Child Care Assistance Program and took a closer look at some of the daycare centers receiving millions of your taxpayer dollars. And we found reports of violations state investigators called a threat to the safety of children at centers that continued to receive those federal dollars.
J. Cole spent months looking into these issues.
Okay.
He joins us now.
So that very first intro there from January 28th spins us that we've got complaints that child care centers that have had violations, essentially, safety violations, or still have safety violations. And the investigatory reporter guy here has been investigating, and we're gonna throw it off to him.
Now with what he's found in a story,
J. Cole.
First on 5. Jay.
Yeah, Lindsay, CCAP is a $34 million state program that receives federal funding. It benefits more than 12,000 low-income families each month across the entire state. Learning of growing concerns about the program from sources at the Capitol, I started looking into some of the daycares receiving the most money. Despite many serious safety violations over multiple years, they continue to receive funding. And now some state lawmakers want an investigation into what they call a lack of oversight of the CCAP program.
So this guy is saying, essentially, there's a lack of insight in regards to the CCAP program, right? Now, if we go... I got to make sure that these tabs are right next to each other so that I can go back and forth. Okay. So if we go over to the Nick Shirley video, which was uploaded 3 or 4 days ago, now you can see that he's got this old guy with him. Whom,
ask where the money's going.
if we don't remember,
What do you guys think about the fraud?
or
that's
if you
taking
don't
place in
know,
Minnesota?
or I don't remember, if he's been identified as who he is, right?
I don't think anybody is
So-
enabling fraud to happen.
Hold Governor Walz accountable for this.
So here's the intro. So this intro has been sold as I'm a middle ground guy. This Nick Shirley keeps trying to portray himself as a middle ground moderate. I don't have opinions on either side, right? This intro is clearly vilifying these people. These quick cutaways with the door slamming in his face, this insane music. Oh, he's having arguments with these people. He's arguing with people. There's no children inside this building.
The largest fraud scandal in U.S. history is taking place in Minnesota as literally billions of dollars.
Billions of dollars, guys.
Somali-ran fraudulent
Billions.
businesses. So much fraud, it could actually almost replace the entire GDP of Somalia.
Oh, it could
These
replace
fraudsters
the
have
entire
worked hand-in-hand with
GDP.
the Minnesota government as they enabled billions.
Okay, which, by the way, those people have already been arrested and prosecuted. multiple years ago. And it doesn't show the figurehead who was actually arrested and
Millions
prosecuted.
of dollars to be given to fraudulent businesses underneath welfare purposes. Some of this money eventually landed in the hands of terrorist groups in Somalia like the Al-Shabaab, and
which is completely unfounded. This whole statement here where the money has been sent has ended up in a terrorist organization has been reported on many, many times as to be unfounded, unsubstantiated claim.
and others enrich themselves, all at the U.S. taxpayers'
There's a picture
expense.
of a car.
And in this video, we will break down all of the fraud from start to finish, from going to the fraudulent businesses and confronting the people who are making millions of dollars.
Oh,
from
here's
the government.
AI.
And
Here's
we will
AI
also be
content
confronting
added
the
in.
incompetent government leaders who let this fraud happen. And to make this happen, I met up with a man who's been doing his own investigation for years now, as he has seen the fraud firsthand. His name is David. Let's get into this and be.
This guy, where did he go? David, apparently. Where did he go? This guy is apparently David, and he's been doing an his own investigation for years now. Who's this guy? If this guy, Jake Holes, has been doing an investigation, and he's knocking on this door right here, right? Then I want you to see he's knocking on this door, and he's looking in here, and you'll notice that he's on this exact same street corner that will show up in the other video.
Violations at this location. They range from
that this location right here had safety violations, failure to keep hazardous items away from children, failure to maintain adequate staff to child ratios, right? Which, by the way, you'll notice that in the Nick fucking shitface, whatever the fuck his name is, Nick video, I'll just call it the Nick video from here on out, that the entire summation of that video is that there are no kids. There's no kids anywhere at any of these buildings. That's the summation. And by the way, as a person who has a child in childcare, okay, at a child center after school, she goes to after school childcare. If that center let random YouTuber grown men to come in and videotape my child, everyone's going to fucking jail. Okay? Yep. Not only are those fucking YouTubers going to jail, the people with the YouTubers are going to jail. People from the childcare the facility where my kids are, they're going to jail, right? People are going to jail if you just let in random people with fucking cameras and shit into a daycare facility for good reason. Yep. Do you want grown men just wandering into where your fucking 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10-year-old kids are? Do you think that they're just allowed to come in and film children? Do you think children can give consent to being filmed at a daycare where they're required to be at?
Failure to keep hazardous items away from children.
Okay, so back to the news
for 16 children,
here,
which include things like immunizations, emergency contacts, and medical needs.
Okay, so you'll notice there that they got that the news channel here is reporting that they had a failure to have emergency contacts, immunization scheduling, and what was the other third thing?
Include things like immunizations, emergency contacts, and medical needs.
And medical needs. Medical needs was the other one. So they got fined for not having these specific documents in place, right, on 16 children. So someone from the state has verified that these 16 children are there, right? Actual representative.
Investigators placed Quality Learning Center on a conditional license in 2022. I went to the daycare's location several times, and only once
you'll notice
did I see people there.
There it is, right here. He's at the exact same location in this news story that these clowns go to. And I'll have to find the timestamp that they go there. This is a lot of this guy explaining how there's so much fraud happening. But he's not taking it to the police. He's not taking it to the FBI. He's not taking it to any authority. He's just driving a YouTuber around. I believe this is one of the locations that they went to. Where's the... Oh, and here's the part where they claim that the new Minnesota flag is exactly the same as the Somalia flag. So supposedly this is the kind of reporting that moderates do, right? Like I'm in the center. I'm in the center. I'm non-biased. I'm just a non-biased weird Mormon freak from Utah, right? Just unbiased, saying, "Oh, the Minnesota flag looks like the Somalia flag because there's a star on it and it's blue."
Yep.
These do not look like the same flag. Now, to a MAGAT idiot, these fucking morons, by the way, when they're launching missiles at shit, they probably would think this is the same flag. For these fucking brain-rotted freaks. Where is the location that they go to? This is one of the locations in the news report also, but we're not at that in the news report yet because they want to change up the pacing here so that we don't know that it's the exact same video essentially. Oh, here it is. Yeah. Here it is right here.
This Quality Learning Center. I meant to say Quality Learning Center.
Don't open
They said they spelt learning wrong.
So they spelt learning wrong on the sign. First off, I would ask you, who printed the sign? Did the sign makers print the sign wrong? And they just said, well, shit, we have to put the sign up? Did they intentionally spell the sign wrong? Do we hold any of the fucking people that make the sign responsible for any of this? I'm sure that signage was required, right? And they may or may not have gotten sent the wrong sign. But as you can see, this is actually somebody that showed up and was yelling at them, which I don't necessarily agree with the behavior of the person yelling at them either. But regardless, you'll notice that this is the exact same building. So right here, you can see this is the exact same building right here as, hold on, in the news report. You can see right here in the news report, right? He's trying to go in here, right? He's trying to go in. He's trying to go into the Alibi Kitchen, which is clearly painted right here on the side of the building, right? There it is, Alibi Kitchen. There's the exact same spray paint that's been since cleaned off to the best of whoever's ability. But he's trying to enter the Alibi Kitchen and telling people that, well, he can't go in, right? He can't go in. He can't go into the Alibi Kitchen because it's closed. Oh, it's closed, guys. Guys, it's closed. I can't go into the Alibi Kitchen, but I'm also going to tell you about the child care center that's on the side of the building. Now, strangely enough, they find this guy, this bastion of knowledge.
They're supposed to have 99 children here.
I don't see it.
Have you ever seen any children here?
None, not at all. None.
Who's this guy?
They got 1.9 million. Last year they got 1.5 million of your taxes.
And who's that guy?
For 99 children. We just want to know, where are the kids?
Right.
Where are the children?
I don't see them. I've been here since 2017. I haven't seen anybody like
Never
that
seen
here.
a child here.
No, not at all.
And so you've
So they interview random guy on the side of the road and ask him, have you ever seen any kids here? Which, first off, this is a pretty suspect character in his own right. I don't even know if I would ask this guy directions and trust it, right? Let alone, hey, where are the kids? You realize that these fucking two potential chimos here are asking fucking, hey, where are the kids? Hey, where are the kids? I got a microphone. Where are the kids? Oh, hold on. Do I actually have the same microphone around here? I probably do. Hold on. Let me find one. Let me find a microphone. Oh, here we go. Oh, it doesn't have a fuzzy. I don't have a fuzzy on it, but here we go. Hey, where are the kids? Hey, where are the kids? can you tell me where the kids are? I'm looking to see if there was kids here. And who the fuck is this guy, right? Like, who's this man on the street? I've been here since 2017. I haven't seen anything like that.
I don't even go home. I just stand here.
Okay, like, who are you? What? Who's this guy? Okay. Now, moving on. You'll notice that this building...
Nope, not at all.
And how does that make you feel knowing that this place is receiving $1.9 million?
Disgusting.
It's
I mean,
disgusting.
What the hell? They stealing the money. That's a federal grant, too. That's, if they get caught for that, it's a federal offense. I know, I studied law.
And do you think Tim Walz should...
So apparently this guy claims that he studied law, this man on the street. He studied law. It's a federal crime. Who is this guy? You're just asking some random person on the street. What do you think about this? Well, that'd be fraud. That'd be bad. I studied law. Okay. Who the fuck are you?
That's supposed to be educating children.
And right now, they are staring at the Alibi Kitchen.
Who runs it?
As highlighted, as I just showed you, that's the Alibi Kitchen. They're standing in front of whatever the Alibi Kitchen is. I'm guessing it's a fucking restaurant because it's on the front of the fucking street. There's one thing I know, it's where you put restaurants. You put restaurants on the fucking frontage to the street so it brings in customers. You generally don't put kids on display out in the front of the fucking street. You put your sandwiches and steaks and salads and shit out to the front of the street. Anyhow.
Supposedly runs it.
Somalians.
Oh my God.
That's his reaction.
Oh my God.
That was his reaction. Watch this again. Who supposedly runs this, right? Watch.
I mean, who runs it? Who supposedly runs it?
Somalians.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
That's his reaction.
Yeah, it's just...
His reaction was, oh my God. That was his reaction. And this supposedly is, I'm just reporting, right? I'm just reporting.
I've never seen nobody here at all.
So how long have you been living here?
Since 2017.
You've never seen a single child walk in that building?
No, not at all.
So this daycare center is literally just a place to traffic.
There it is.
Money.
Alibi Kitchen.
$1 just this year alone. And this guy's been living here for 8 years and has never seen a single child walk through those doors. There's no windows either. And the only window they do have, the door, is blacked out.
We don't feed them, let alone take care of them.
I've never...
Probably because there's a creepy fucking toothless fucking cigarette smoke disgusting freak standing out here. You probably don't want a bunch of windows. This guy's potentially out here fucking grabbing his dick out in the fucking snow. You know?
Anybody go in there?
Oh, he's never seen anybody go in there. Oh, wow.
$1 in fraud and
reporting. You just asked a guy on the street.
Taking place.
This place is called Future Leaders Early Learning Center. And we don't even...
Received over $3 million. Hello, how are you? I would like to see if I could bring little Joey, my son little Joey here. Is there paperwork or can I check out the daycare? No? Why can't I check out the daycare?
Martin's not here.
Okay, but if can I get paperwork or anything to submit my son little Joey to come in here to daycare? We'd really like to put Joey in this daycare. We've heard great things.
Business card?
No, I would like your business card, actually.
You talk to...
As you can see from this interaction right here that is happening, that is currently happening in this YouTube video that is supposedly an investigatory journalism. They don't bring anyone with an ability to speak a different language. It's two fucking whites, right, that don't speak any of these languages. They barely speak fucking English, right? She clearly does not know what he is saying. She thinks that he's probably selling something or whatever, probably soliciting business, wondering why he has a microphone and a cameraman with him, right? We don't know who the cameraman is, by the way. Who's the cameraman? Is it a guy with a fucking swastika tattoo on his face? Who the fuck knows? We never see the cameraman. Who's the cameraman? My favorite cameraman is in Tinned Fish Reviews, by the way. If you want to know who my favorite cameraman is of all time, it's in Tinned Fish Reviews. That's my favorite cameraman, by the way. But this is clearly like somebody doesn't know what they're saying.
Somebody?
It says the manager's not here.
Where are the children at?
Now she gets out her phone because she wants to call somebody or possibly
Why are there no
translate.
Two of Mexico.
Would my son, little Joey, have friends to play with here? No. No. No friends for little Joey.
Yes.
Dang it. Well, have a great rest of your day. So, little Joey would not be accepted to that daycare.
Joey's still homeless.
Joey's still looking for daycare.
So apparently, his imaginary child that he does not have, right, like can't get into this daycare, right? With clearly a fucking language barrier beyond comprehension. So apparently there must be fraud, right? Anyhow, let's go back to the other news story, which, by the way, who's right outside of the Alibi Kitchen also.
I did not see any children.
So there are 80 kids in there?
No.
So he asks, so this guy on the news asks potentially the daycare operator. So, and it's highlighted on the screen. You can read it right now. It says, so there are 80 kids in there. The daycare operator says, no, not now. Jay says, after school. Okay, gotcha. Okay, thank you.
After school? Okay, gotcha. All right, thank you.
DHS declined an interview, but in a statement acknowledged.
Did they return? Do they return to the scene for after school? Nope. Yeah. Nope. Immediate cutaway. An immediate cutaway. So apparently, this story is so paramountly important to this these independent journalists that they can't show up either before school or after school, generally when kids are required for daycare, because in the United States, our school system only handles kids for about 6 hours out of the fucking day, okay? As the kids get a little bit older, they get into high school, your days are about 8 or 9 hours long, and then sometimes there's like basketball or baseball or something after school, extracurricular thing, so it could be the entirety of the day. But kids that require daycare only go to school for about 6 hours a day. Some places 5.5 hours a day, some places 5 hours a day. If your kid is in kindergarten, they only go to school for like 3 hours. It's fucking crazy. Now, I don't know about you. I don't know about your work schedule specifically, because I don't know your work schedule, but if you are in the United States or any other developed country in the world, generally your workday is longer than fucking 5 hours. It's longer than 6 hours. It's longer than 3 hours for sure, generally speaking, right? So these kids need before school and after school care, because you have to commute your ass to some fucking job that's an hour away. Then you got to work there for 9 hours because you have an 8-hour day with a 15-minute break, then a half an hour break, and a 15-minute break. So you're at work for 9 fucking hours, right? In order to work 8 hours. Then you got to drive somewhere else. You are at minimum 10 hours in at that point, right? Yep. And if your kid is at school for 6 hours, do you think it's good? Do you think it is a good idea to just leave your 6-year-old on the loose for 4 hours out of the day? I personally don't, because there's people like, hold on, there's people like, where was that guy? Where was that guy? Where was that guy? Where did he go? What segment is he in? Oh yeah, we got to find the guy. Where did the guy go? I'm not very good at my callback here because I don't remember where the guys are all idiots. Well, okay, needless to say, there's guys like this dude with the glasses on and this guy with the red flannel on, just wandering around. Okay, so we can't necessarily trust our 6-year-olds to be outside for hours out of the day because of mainly this type of dude and this type of dude. Are just wandering around. They're just wandering around the streets, hallucinating about things that are going on, right?
Trying to find a future wife for little Joey.
Trying to find a friend for little imaginary Joey. Then we go to this part here. Okay, so then they go to another different place.
And because little Joey couldn't get into a daycare, we went to an autism center, as they have been popping up everywhere as a rise of autism has occurred here in Minnesota. Because of the government funds that they're receiving, I tried to check my son Joey.
As you can see right here, they go through a series of B-roll where they have pictures of kids in they have a video of kids in some kind of classroom, right? Strangely, all of the kids are facing away from the camera, right? Because they have potential to get in trouble for publicizing children, right, on YouTube. Which, by the way, these guys would be in a big situation if they had posted a bunch of children's images to YouTube. I hope you guys know that you're not allowed to do that without permission anymore, right? You have to post a whole bunch of restrictions on your video if there are kids in your video nowadays. I hope you know that. They know that because they're funded by fucking clowns like TPUSA to make propaganda like this, by the way. And as you can see, they go back to another news report, right? They go to another news report that's highlighting shit from 2017, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, right?
Has occurred here in Minnesota. Because of the government funds that they're receiving, I tried to check my son Joey into an autism center.
We've been going to a lot of these daycare centers.
Here
We're trying
they
to find
are.
a spot for our little boy Joey, but we thought maybe we could check him in the autism center because none of the daycare centers are open. Yeah, and how many kids do you guys have at this autism center?
I can't give you a number now.
Like more than 5?
Probably. Yeah.
Probably, so you don't really know?
Yeah.
What do you guys think about like the fraud that's been labeled on the autism centers here? What do you guys do think about the fraud, or how come the autism centers are popping up?
I can't answer.
What news? Are you a news reporter?
My name's Nick. We're doing a little documentary trying to find little Joey a spot to put himself in one of these centers here, because there's
So why are you asking us about
the fraud. Yeah, because we want to make sure we're going to legit business if we're going to bring our little boy Joey here.
This is not a Joey spot. Yeah. But that's our number on the other call. But this is we can't let you guys in. So.
Okay. Thank you.
So here's the question. Here's the question that you all should be asking yourselves right now. If these two fucking schmoes show up to a child care center that you run, right, with cameras, there's another mysterious camera person we don't know. We can't make fun of them fully at this point because we don't know who they are. It's a mystery who the cameraman is. We don't know. It could be a guy. It could be a big biker with a swastika tattooed on his face. Who knows? It could be a transgender unicorn. We don't know. We don't know. It's a mystery.
Lady grandmother. Who knows?
It's a mystery who the cameraman is, but I will tell you, if these two creeps showed up to my house and posted cameras in my face, or my business and posted cameras in my face and started asking me questions about their kid Joey, who's obviously fucking made up, and started talking about fraud, I'd be like, get the fuck out of here. I don't want to talk to you.
Right.
And by the way, if these are workers at a business, right, I would like you to think back to the times where you have worked at a business and the people at the business have told you, hey, don't answer questions about the business because you're the fucking janitor or you're the whatever, right? You are not the social media representative of the business. You are not you're not the forward-facing person, right, that represents the business. Maybe the owner only wants to answer questions.
Right.
Even if you're at a fucking bar and restaurant and some people come in with cameras, hey, answer us questions about this business. You'd be like, I'm the hostess. I don't know. Like, here's the menu. Do you want to sit somewhere? Oh, we got a waiter over here. We'll ask the waiter about the business. Hey, what do you like working at Schlotsky's for? Huh?
I get to wear fair.
I heard that there's a Schlotsky's where there's fraud going on, right? You know, and you're like, You want the waiter to answer questions? You want the bartender to answer questions? You want the dishwasher to answer questions? You want the busboy to answer questions? Do you want the maitre d' to answer questions? You want the food and beverage manager to answer questions? You want the chef to answer questions? Do you want the fry cook to answer questions? Do you want that shit to show up on the fucking news later tonight? No. Generally, no. Most people decline a fucking camera stuffed in your face interview without calling ahead of time. And the guy told him, hey, the number's right there. You can call the number. You can call the number and figure out like what all this is, right? But then spin this narrative.
So once again, little Joey, he can't even go to daycare, and now they won't even accept him if he has autism.
And again, no kids. Couldn't tell you how many kids they serve.
After being able to provide.
The guy at the door couldn't tell them how many kids they serve. Are you the fucking Unabomber? Right? Are you guys going to come back and start fucking shooting kids? And if there's not enough kids here, maybe you're not a target for potential fucking serial killers? Who knows? There's a shooting in the news every fucking day, right? Where kids get fucking gunned down. You try to have a fucking Hanukkah event at the beach in a country that actually has gun laws, and people still get fucking gunned down. Right? Do you think that people are not going to be a little bit suspicious of whatever these two chuckle dicks are up to? Right? I would. Are you here to case the joint? One of you MAGA freaks just got arrested because you were the pipe bomber on January 6th. Huh? Oh, you didn't really think about the pipe bomber guy who's a fucking MAGA freak? What's his name?
Right.
Brian? Who's the guy? Who's the guy that got arrested? We got to look him up real quick.
And Tyler. I want to say that's not right. Brian Cole? Brian Tyler? Brian Cole, I think.
I think it's Brian Cole. Brian J. Cole Jr. of Woodbridge, Virginia, was arrested in December and charged in connection with placing 2 pipe bombs outside the Democratic and Republican National Committee headquarters the night of January the 6th, 2021 Capitol attack. Cole was arrested after nearly a 5-year investigation. He faces charges including transporting an explosive device in interstate commerce and attempted malicious destruction by means of fire and explosive materials, confession and motive. Following his arrest, Cole gave a detailed confession to investigators. He stated he was disappointed, in air quotes, with the results of the 2020 presidential election and felt that people who believed their votes were thrown away, air quotes, were being ignored. He told the FBI that something just snapped, in quotes, and wanted to target the parties, in quotes, because, in quotes, they were in charge. Does this sound like some fucking lib cuck who wants everybody to have equal rights? Is that who this sounds like to you? Is that who that sounds like to you? Does it sound like somebody who is motivated for equality around the world?
No.
Is that who that sounds like? Doesn't sound like that to me. Sounds like, to me, it sounds like one of these fucking guys. Is this guy Brian J. Cole? I don't know. Is this guy Brian J. Cole? I don't know. They could just be lying to us about their identities. Is this guy a guy from this news report?
Quality Learning Center was put on a conditional license because of its poor safety record. But it still received nearly $8 million in taxpayers' money since 2019.
Since 2019.
Its conditional status removed in 2024. I also went to yet
Now,
another facility.
strangely enough,
Child Care Center.
I would like you to take a look at this hallway here. Take a look at this. Take a look at this hallway.
This South Minneapolis building. I found it at the end of this small hallway with a steel door, no windows, and no visible security cameras. That's the sign for the place.
So, the Minnesota Child Care Center, which is down here. It's down this hallway, which, by the way, you'll notice in the previous, as we scroll back in the video here a little bit, you'll notice there's hairstyles, makeup, eyebrow, threading, package deals. There's a hair salon right here.
Right.
Then this right here. Oh, you can't tell what it is. Cannabis. I don't know what cannabis is. Jedi adult. I think it's adult equipment, but they have it blurred out. Adult care equipment is down the hallway. So you can see that this is like a business center, right? But they want to highlight it as, I went down this hallway. Okay. If there's a facility in here that can easily accommodate 10, 15, 20 kids, however many kids, why be, I went down this hallway? Now, what they don't highlight in this is...
cameras. That's the sign for the place. State records show between 2021 and 2023, the daycare had 36 violations, some of them serious. They failed to request initial background check.
Okay, let's pause it right here. So, some of these things are serious, right? Some of these things are very serious. SBI began working a position allowing direct contact services to persons served by the program on July 30th, 2021. Oh, hold on. Fuck, it went back. It fucked on me there. I gotta have to, like, find these reports so I can read them out to you guys. You initiated a COVID-19 emergency whatever notice on December 20th, or is that October 26th? There's all these dates on here. You are informed that all individuals must have an active background study to comply with federal requirements under the child care. So what happens is that these guys filed for COVID emergency funds, right? And they said, well, you need to have background studies on all of the, background check on all of the people that work there if you want to get that.
Background checks on 6 staff in 2023 and failed to request repeat background checks on 8 staff in 2024. Ultimately, the state would accept.
Okay. As you can see right here, this is the certified mail, October 25th, 2023. And it says right here, background study violation. The Department of Human Services is ordering you to pay a fine of $7,200 for 6 background study violations. Details of our findings are provided below. That our next steps and your options are also detailed. DHS is issuing a fine order based on your failure to comply with the following background study requirement. Background study violation determined on October 6th, 2023, right? So this right here has everything to do with the background checks on people working there.
Corrective documentation on these violations.
Wasn't anybody here last time either.
I visited several times.
So as he knocks on the door, he mutters under his breath, "There wasn't anybody here last time either." Now, I don't know if you guys have ever been to a business before. I don't know if it's something... Is it something that you've ever been to? Have you ever been to a business before? This, to me, clearly looks like a service entrance. It is a nondescript door. Yes, there is a spray-painted signage. Somebody did spray paint mural of this is what this is here. But this looks like the service entrance. Where's the other entrance? Now, if humans are running a business anywhere, in order to stay in operation, the fire department will come and verify whether or not you have enough emergency exits if the building catches on fire. If this is the only entrance and exit to this location, they would have been shut down a long time ago. Unless the question is the fire department negligent and they're not actually like checking up on businesses? So my question here is, where's the other doorway? Can you show me that you actually tried to actually ask anybody anything at this business? But here's the news report. Bear with me. He muttered under his breath, "Last time I was here, nobody answered the door either."
Times, and each time no apparent sign of any workers. And each time, no apparent sign of any children.
Was anybody there?
Since 2018, Minnesota Child Care Center, however,
That's it.
received...
That's it. That's all that they did. I don't think there's anybody there. Turn around, walk away. Did you call the business? Did you contact anybody there? Did you do anything other than this? You walked up, knocked on what looks like a service door real quietly. Knock, 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 knock. Tried to pull on it. Then turned around. There wasn't anybody here. Turn around and walk away. Now, what we don't know is did somebody interact with them right after this? Did they just get done talking to somebody from the business and not included in their news report? We don't know because it's edited.
$11.5 million in CCAP
And
money.
then just
I
immediately
asked
goes to a
DHS why
voiceover. Then just immediately goes to a voiceover. Hey, guys, now we're back in the voiceover.
Centers could still receive millions of dollars
Poor
with
Joey.
questionable safety records over multiple years.
Oh, what's even crazier is this is the news.
In a statement, DHS said under state law, they can only stop payment, quote, when a provider intentionally gives false information or submits false attendance records. A provider is operating after a suspension or revocation of its license. There's a credible allegation of fraud and/or a provider refuses access to attendance records.
What does that say?
Right. Now we move on to the next part of the story where we talk to the Republican representative.
It says that the oversight is incredibly lacking.
I shared our findings with House Speaker Designate Lisa Damon.
Are we keeping
House Speaker Designate
kids in Minnesota safe? And
who, by the way, is a Republican representative, right?
what you're showing me here brings that very much into question. You know, Jay, you have pages here that are publicly available with repeated failure to keep hazardous items away from children, failure to maintain adequate staff-to-child ratios, background checks, failing to keep personnel files. These are repeated violations.
That's it. That's all she said. That's it. That is the statement. That is the statement from the Republican Speaker of the House, the State House, the representative. That was the statement. All she said, we go back again and we can listen to it again. All she said is, you have these documents here that say this stuff on it. That's all she said.
Yep.
That's it. And then immediately cut away to the opinion portion here again.
As I was looking into the daycare center violations, I also found a connection between CCAP and the Feeding Our Future scam, which bilked $250 million from the state. In 2023, a man named Abdikadir Kadaya was charged with stealing $1 million in taxpayer money in the Feeding Our Future case. He's waiting to be sentenced after pleading guilty to wire fraud. But we also learned
he pled guilty to wire fraud, which, by the way, President Trump is totally happy to fucking let any crypto fucking freak who went to prison for wire fraud, they just give him a pardon.
Kadaya also operated Intisar Child Care Center in Minneapolis. The facility received $1.8 million in taxpayer funds between 2017 and 21. But the license was revoked and Kadaya's daycare was shut down. He has not been named or charged with any crimes connected to CCAP, however. Now, I've been asking for weeks why Kadaya's license was revoked. Late tonight, DHS sent over this 86-page document explaining why. Some of the more serious reasons include violations directly related to the health and safety of children and providing false and misleading information to DHS. DHS also told me they have 62 active CCAP investigations for family child care and child care centers. And as far as the 2 daycare centers in our story are concerned, I reached out by phone to the names and numbers listed as the licensed operators, and I've not yet heard back. So some new information that there are now 62 active investigations into that program.
I'm
speechless.
It's a lot of money.
Yeah.
And this is just breaking tonight.
Violations.
I'm speechless. I'm speechless, the lady says. And by the way, let's review this one more time.
To the health and safety of children and providing false and misleading information to DHS. DHS also told me they have 62 active CCAP investigations for family child care.
So, DHS is already investigating, as highlighted by this guy, the statement. These places are already being investigated. People have already been put into jail. We can start to look up the news stories if we want. They've already been convicted years ago, right? But let's go back here to these chuckle dicks, right? Where is the where's the next place that they show up? They show up here.
License for over 50 kids, no children anywhere, but yet millions of dollars every single year.
So the sign says Creative Minds Daycare. They got in so much trouble. They had so many violations that they had to shut down, and they reopened the next day under Super Kids Daycare Center. You see 3801 Portland, 3801 Portland, which is where we are.
So that's fraud right there alone.
Millions and millions of dollars, and again, the kids are missing. Where are the kids?
You would think if they had this.
Okay. Now, this is you certainly may have found a potential fraudulent situation here, right? Which, once again, why aren't you bringing this to the authorities? Why are you bringing it to a YouTube guy? Right?
Well, and how do we know it's not Saturday? The daycare center's
Yeah.
closed.
I mean, it's like, is this recorded on Sunday? Is this recorded on Sunday when cleaning crews are there and that's it? And the guys and the people answering the doors are like, I don't know, man, I mopped the floor, but they don't speak English.
Right.
I don't know if you've ever been to a facility before, right? I don't know if you've ever been to a facility before when non-English speaking people are working there, and you're like, hey, I'm just, I got Bill Baby Joey needs to come here, and the guy's like,
yes.
I fixed the lights. I don't, what,
Right.
you want construction,
Right. You got a call.
And that's the thing. He's got the paperwork in his hand, which, first off, we don't even know if this paperwork's real or not that he's got. But let's say that there is a fraud situation here. Clearly, DHS has even told the news, these guys, right? We have 62 active investigations that we're already working on. Right? But remember, this is 11 months ago, the news.
Right.
Right? This news story here is 11 months ago. And by the way, if you keep looking for these YouTube videos, the news YouTube videos, which they re-air, right? Because they want to get views later on, which makes sense. You made content.
Right.
Want people to watch it. These just keep going back every year, all the way back to like 2015. There's the same, basically the exact same news reports. They're just from a year before. Anyhow, we move on to where these guys going next. Oh yeah, here's where they highlight, being super middle ground. No, I don't pick sides, right? It means let's play some state media propaganda in my YouTube
Better
video.
than 90% of it is absolute outright fraud.
And a large percentage of this fraud is from these healthcare companies that are charging the state millions of dollars while they actually aren't providing anything. In fact, the FBI just did a raid a few days ago on a...
The FBI just did a raid a couple days ago, and here's the video. Carbone's Pizza. It's on the door.
Similar to the one we are about to enter. Inside of this building, there were 14 of nearly the exact same businesses offering...
Okay. And you'll notice he goes, we're going to this building where there's 14 different businesses. Okay. And you will notice, not only is there a dry cleaners over here, there's a for lease sign, which means that there's spaces still available. So, is there 14 different businesses here? Okay. Is that a lot for the facility?
Right.
What's the capacity in businesses that could be there? 100? Well, if there's only 14, you're fucked. You don't have enough spaces to rent it out to stay afloat here if you're a landlord. But There's 14 businesses here. Never mind that there's a for lease sign up there. There's a freaking dry cleaner over here.
The exact same services.
Right here, you have a list of.
Right here, you have a list. Right? Hold on.
All of the healthcare companies.
Let's pause. Let's pause and take a look at the sign that he is reading. There's all these businesses here. African Immigrants Community Services, Dollar General, First Daycare Center, G&H York Trading Incorporated,
Companies.
Harun Law Office, Hashi Consulting, Helping Hands Home Care LLC, Hiawatha Senior Center, Hub Health Services, Itasca Home Health Care, KAAH Express, Logistic and Supplies, Midwest Quality Home Care, Better Home Health Care has covered up this business in 7E, Present Help,
Loads of them, right?
Kawao Coffee Company, RS Distributors, Safari Services, Somali Benardiri Community, Somali Community of Minnesota, right? Okay. So supposedly, all of these businesses are scamming the healthcare, like the coffee company, the Quaho Coffee Company, G&H York Trading. I don't even know what that is. What is that? The Hiawatha Senior Center, right? Do you think is Hiawatha a Somali thing, or is that something else?
Native.
I know.
Okay, good.
Right here. We
Okay.
want healthcare. Yes,
So
we'd
he-
like to speak about getting healthcare here.
So he walks up to the door and he says, "Hey, I want health care."
Why can't I get healthcare here? Warning, you are under video surveillance. No trespassing, security, armed.
Yes,
This is the strangest place I've ever been to get healthcare. Just
Okay. As highlighted earlier in the video, is he there on Saturday? Is he there on a Sunday? Is he there on a Tuesday? What day of the week are you there, sir? Kind sir? And you're just knocking on doors
bunch.
and say, "Hey, I want health care."
Places. Healthcare here, healthcare right here. Another healthcare company right here. There are 3 healthcare companies inside of this building right here in this room of 7.
Oh my God, it's a conspiracy that there would be multiple companies renting an office space together? Clearly a conspiracy.
And C. Now we have another Helping Hands Home Care.
You just walk
LLC,
up,
and
you just
another
walk
healthcare-
up, you just walk up and touch the door and you say, "Look, there's one here." Conspiracy. And then continue walking.
Present Help.
Okay.
Right here. We're looking
Present
for the
Help, you
best
walk
rates
up
of
and you
healthcare.
point your finger at it. Present Help right here. Uh-oh. Must be fraud. Uh-oh. But then you go inside.
Because we have so many options. Who can we talk about getting the best healthcare?
I don't know.
No?
Sorry.
All right. We will not get any healthcare here. David, this is one of the...
So he walks in and he goes, "Hey, where can I get health care here?" While the lady's like on the phone, probably talking to somebody.
Right.
She's obviously on her headset, right? Now, here's a question. Who are these masked guys behind him? Have these guys been with them this whole time? Are these guys from these YouTubers? These guys? Because I'll tell you this much. If I was at a childcare center, these guys plus cameraman show up. These guys are masked. I ain't letting them the fuck in. You ain't coming in, and I ain't answering your fucking questions. Call the number. You know? But if I said it, I'd be like, "Listen, get the fuck out of here, assholes. There's a number right there. Call the fucking number and get the fuck out of here before the cops show up." Now, pay attention to the video.
Stranger places I've ever been.
Are these guys
Literally,
their security?
healthcare every door you go to.
Who are they?
Yet nobody will give
They
you a rate.
they seem completely unalarmed that there's these 2 masked guys following them around.
How much money do you think's been funneled through this building?
Every year.
They're completely alarmed. They're completely alarmed that there's doors and multiple businesses. There's multiple businesses in a doorway, behind a doorway. They're not alarmed by the two masked guys just following them around.
I would say
They don't care. That's totally normal. He's
And
looking
finally,
back
we
there.
were
He could
accepted
see them.
into one of the daycare centers, and they actually took down our information to give us a rate. However, when we left, we were then met with the police.
I received a complaint that, gentlemen matching your description, were in this building harassing the individuals who stay here.
Oh, we're checking out the rates for healthcare. Because there's 14 healthcare companies inside this building.
Now you will notice, now that the police officers have showed up, the two masked men are no longer masked. You notice that in the video? These are the two buffoons that have been following them around. Now you see police officer, police officer. Guess who's not masked anymore and standing with the red shirt guy? Guess who's with them? The strange masked guys are now unmasked, right? Because the police officers probably said, "Take your fucking mask off or we're taking you to jail right now." You know? What are you doing in here? Right? Now there they are. Who's this fucking Igor and Igor? Who are these fucking guys?
The Eastern European muscle.
Yeah. Hold on a minute. My computer awakened again.
Oh no.
It wakes up right around 3:30 for some reason. I don't know why. Anyhow. So apparently Igor and Igor in the background here are no longer allowed to wear masks. The police have been called because people have been alerted by these weird dudes, right? So there's likely a cameraman and these four other dudes, two of them masked, wandering around a building, pointing, and you've noticed that they've pointed at a sign and said, blah, 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 healthcare, and then walked away, right? Which is just totally normal behavior for an average person to do. That is exactly how normally people behave. That's normal, right? So then it's like, well, they called the cops on you, right? Which this is the framing now of this video.
14 companies here, and he's trying to assume because they're Somali. The
cops probably just showed up expecting.
Hold on.
So he's here with some kind of like propaganda.
And this lady right here just highlights that this guy said he's saying that there's 14 healthcare companies here, so he's saying that there's some kind of fraud happening because this person speaks English.
This is a area that we're allowed to enforce trespassing ordinance. Is there any other reason that you guys are here?
Well, we were checking rates.
No, he's not.
We were checking rates. We asked for rates.
No, you're not.
Okay. I'm gonna have, if you guys are all good, we're gonna step outside and we can continue this conversation.
All right, let's leave. So, all right, we're getting escorted out right now. The police have arrived. We're checking out the rates, seeing what.
Now the guys are masked again. Igor and Igor are masked again.
Inside this building.
Cold out.
And now the framing is we've been asked to leave. We're being escorted outside. The police.
No one would really speak with us. We did go inside the one daycare center, and she actually did give us rates for childcare.
As you will notice here, I did go into the one place that was a daycare center, and guess what? The representative was there, and they gave him rates for his imaginary child.
What's the problem, officer?
Well, so again, we've been getting reports from multiple individuals that you guys were harassing individuals who work here. At the end of the day, this is private property, and it's one that people are allowed to ask you to leave, and it's also one the Minneapolis Police Department is allowed to enforce trespassing ordinance at this address.
Yeah.
So
As we got escorted out of this building, the Somalis filmed us as we left.
There you go. The Somalis filmed us. So somebody please tell me how this isn't like the insane racist framing. The Somalis filmed us. Okay? You don't know if this guy's Somali. You don't know if this lady is Somali. This guy, this person. You don't know if any of these people are Somali. You fucking clown from Utah. What are we fucking talking about here?
And you're filming them, so who cares?
Yeah, and you're filming them. Yeah, so like, is that bad? Is that bad that they're filming you? You're filming them. And you've got Igor and fucking red shirt guy and probably cameraman.
And we headed over to the next building that had 22 of the same home health care providers.
Okay. We head over to the next building that has 22 businesses in it, guys. Guys, 22 businesses in it. We have a ground floor. We have a second floor. We have a third floor. that has the African Economic Development in it. It has the Global Hair Salon in it. It has professional home health care in it right here. There's a store frontage right here. There's signs on the awnings.
Operating from inside of the
Where does he go?
Right here you have multicultural home care. And right here.
So he walks up and he points at a sign. Here we have multicultural home care. Or what did he say? Let's see it again.
Same home health care providers operating from inside of the building.
Right here you have
Multicultural home care. So he points at the sign. He reads the sign to you. If you will notice right here, there's hours of operation posted right next to the sign here. Saturday, closed. Sunday, closed. What day of the week is this, sir? What day of the week is this?
home care. And right here it says it's open, but can't even get in. Another.
Oh my God. Did somebody forget to flip the sign around for you? Is that a possibility of something that could have happened? That sign, that open and close sign looks pretty fucking worn out. Right?
Right.
That open and close sign looks pretty fucking worn out. Is there a chance that somebody forgot to flip it around? Could you show us some evidence of what day of the week you are there and that it is the hours of operation that it is supposed to be? Nope. Just put your hand on the door. It's locked. And then walk away.
Or what time is it? Are they at lunch?
Can we even verify that the door was actually locked?
Here it says it's open, but can't even.
Did you notice that the handle went down and then he like put his shoulder into it?
Mercy and Grace Care.
You have to
right here you have
have an appointment if you're not an employee.
Right. Do you maybe need to have an appointment to go in? Do they maybe have security concerns about random fucking Igor and camera crew weirdos just showing up in the middle of fucking... There's at least 4 grown men, right?
Right.
Do they potentially have security concerns? Do they potentially have 2 female nurses, a female that answers the phones, that works the front desk, and then 1 female doctor, and they have concerns that 4 grown men wearing masks want to come in to their potentially like medical office? I don't even know if this is a medical office or if this is just, hey, we're filing the paperwork for people, right? Which, by the way, is a job in the United States.
Yep. Did the building next door call and say you guys were on your way and so we all just locked our doors?
Is it Saturday? We don't know.
So many questions.
Development
Hold on.
Association of Minnesota.
There you go. See, he read a sign. He read another sign. Is it Sunday? It clearly states on the window there, hours of operation, right? Sunday, closed. Is it Sunday?
Center, welcome to Bright Beginning Center.
But what do you guys think about the fraud that's taking place here in Minnesota?
Sorry. No comments. Can I please?
Right here, you have...
So he asked the lady at that center, do you have... Oh, hold on, let's go back. We got to go back. It's so ridiculous. There is a person at a door, and he asks them... Hold on, here we go.
But what do you guys think about the fraud that's taking place here in Minnesota?
Sorry. No comments. Can I please?
Right here, you have...
And so there's a person at a doorway. We don't know what doorway that was because it doesn't show us the context of anything else around it. He asked them, what's the... Do you have a comment about what's going on with the fraud in Minnesota? And the lady says, no comment. Can I please shut the door?
That's all.
That's it. And then you got to play spooky music in the background.
Serenity quality care.
And then read another sign on a wall.
These businesses are literally the same type of business, providing the same service in the same building.
Has he never been to an office building before in the entirety of his life?
I can only guess no.
I mean, he seems pretty childish. I don't know how old this clown is. Maybe he's in his early 20s. Maybe he's never had a real job. It's probably pretty clear. He's clearly in his early 20s. Maybe he's never been to an office building before. Business parks generally want to put similar type businesses in their business parks. That's what they do. They market themselves to certain business types because they are accommodating those business types. There's no you'll notice he doesn't highlight any plumbers or carpet cleaners or electricians in these business parks, probably because there isn't any access to bring your truck in and bring your dirty doo-doo pipes and drop them off at your fucking plumber place. But strangely enough, I would almost guarantee you go across the street to where the electricians and plumbers and shit have their business, and then just walk around and go, there's an HVAC company here and a plumber in the same business park. What? And he frames it here that you would want to have no other businesses around you. Watch.
Home Healthcare, Aid, Inc., and Child-Friendly Space. All these companies get money from the government. Why would you have
What day of the week
same
is it?
company essentially inside of the same building, door to door? Right here, Queenly Home Healthcare. It just does not make sense. If you're trying to operate a business, you'd want to have less competition.
There he says, if you want to operate a business, you would like to have less competition. Are you sure?
Skyscrapers in New York are just big, empty buildings owned by one company.
It's just it's just one company in there. Hey, we have the Sears Tower here. It's only Sears offices.
By the way, they're bankrupt, but that's because we have to pay for the lights in this building.
In the whole building, the Sears Tower just has Sears offices in it. Like you have like a child's understanding of how the world works, right? And by the way, one of the big reasons why you would want to be in a building with similar type businesses, right, is because the customers for those types of businesses would come to the same location. Right? Yeah. The idea is easily explained by a food court.
I was going to say, I bet that's why they put a pharmacy next to a grocery store in the strip mall.
Right.
Wow, Joel, I
Yeah.
never thought of that.
Yeah. Hey, don't you know that the grocery store is competing with the pharmacy for selling you fucking toilet paper? Fucking doo-doo wipes or whatever, you know? Like, how fucking ridiculously stupid do you have to be that you would be like, why are all these restaurants in the same area? This is ridiculous. You have tacos here, you have pizza there, you have spaghetti there. They're all just serving food.
Here,
All right, as we move on here.
competition right next door.
We're wondering, because we hear there's lots of fraud taking place here in Minnesota, and we're wondering, why is there so many of the same companies inside of this same building?
No, I don't know that.
What do you think about the fraud that's taking place here in Minnesota?
I don't have any idea about that fraud. Okay?
Mhm.
That's it.
What do you think about the news articles and what's being spread on the news about the fraud?
Right now, you are doing something wrong.
I'm just asking.
See? And this guy right here, he's like, I don't have any idea about the fraud. The first question he asked him was like, why are there so many businesses in this one building? He says, I don't know that. Probably because this guy doesn't have a nuanced response at this moment as to why there are so many businesses in one building. And I bet that if they sat down and really hashed out why there are so many businesses in one building, they could really start to break down the economics of the United States, right? Like, why would you build a big building when you could just build one building that has one office in a giant parking lot? Why didn't your company just build one small building? Why wouldn't you just build one small building in the middle of a parking lot?
Right.
Why would, what?
On its own block.
Why wouldn't you do that? Why wouldn't you do that? And he says, I don't know. Probably because he doesn't have a good answer to be like, well, when you build a building, you want to build a large building that has lots of small businesses in it because that diversifies your ability to make income as a landlord. You fucking toolbox.
Right. It makes serving utilities to multiple businesses easier and less expensive.
Yeah. And, you know, realistically, what this guy should do is he should just do more business so that he could occupy the whole entire building. Duh.
Right?
I mean, duh. Have you ever heard of capitalism? I mean, guy, whatever.
Two-person business doesn't really even qualify.
So then this guy tells him, he's like, what you're doing here is wrong. This is fucked up. I don't know about the fraud. Don't ask me that question again, okay?
Okay. Who can I speak to? Who can I speak to? Okay. As soon as you confront them about the fraud, they get angry.
When these people
Oh, so he got angry? That's the explanation there, is that the guy got angry. As soon as I confront them about the fraud, they get angry. Right? The guy just said, don't ask me that question again, and shut the door. When you asked him, who should I ask about it? And he didn't have an answer. Bye. See you later. Go away.
Who cares?
Go away, Igor, fucking supposedly David and supposedly Nick, plus cameraman.
Care companies, you're seeing them everywhere.
Take
inside
your
this building.
imaginary
What kind
child
of
with
fraud
you.
are they committing?
So there's false documentation being submitted to the state of Minnesota for services never provided. They're having forms signed in advance for services that were then never rendered. As far as a year or 2 years in advance, they'll have someone sign these forms at one sitting, and then they just file those with the state of Minnesota, and nobody from the state of Minnesota bothers to check that those services were ever provided.
So this guy's assertion right now is that these people are filling out forms fraudulently, and no one is checking up on it. That's his assertion here. Okay, make a call to the Attorney's General office and show them the fraud that is happening. You have an Attorney's General office in Minnesota. I guarantee it. I will bet $100 million on it.
Yeah.
If anybody wants to take the bet and then want to say there's no Attorneys General in Minnesota, you fucking scam-ass fucking pieces of shit. Absolute fucking dog shit. If you have found fraud, report it to the Attorney's General office. Simple as that. They work for you. They are taxpayer-funded fucking lawyers that want to go after people that are committing fraud. Pardon me? Pardon me? What'd you say?
Oh, I just said, and if you think it's in their office, they'll look into that too.
Right. Yeah, if it's internally in their office, they'll look into that also. Yeah. That's this guy's
So they're essentially just using
assertion.
people. And do you think there is fraud taking place here?
I don't know. Yeah.
Do you have any idea what any of these businesses are doing?
I never ask.
And now with upwards of 100.
Yet again, asks another random guy, what do you think's going on in these businesses? And the guy says, I don't know, I never asked. Guys, must be fraud.
They're convicting businesses.
Yeah. I don't know. Is that the janitor guy? I don't know. I don't know who the fuck that dude was. We asked another person.
$100 million
They're
in
willful
fraud will
denial.
be headed to one more daycare. And this one gets a little spicy as we get chased out at the very end.
Here we are. We're back at the Canabay Restaurant and Banquet. We're back in the same hallway. We're back in the same hallway as this guy. Where was he in that hallway? Right here. Wait, where was it?
Oh, is this?
There it is. He's in the Canabay hallway. They're in the exact same hallway again. You notice this hallway? There's the Canabay sign at the end of the hallway. There's the Canabay sign at the end of the hallway. They're in the exact same hallway as the news reporter from the news, the local news.
Shocking.
And after this, we'll be heading to the state capitol to confront the incompetent.
Do it through the Black Line Guardian. And if you guys want to help fund my security in the future, you can go down to the link down below.
So here you go. Here's where he posts the pitch where he needs more security. So you want to fund his security.
During this video, I'm just giving them a shout out because of how they helped me. So go down to the link down below. Click on.
This one is different because, according to the state of Minnesota, this 312 West Lake Street houses not one, not two, but 3 child care centers and is licensed to hold 102 children, and in fiscal year 2025 was paid $2.66 million by the state of Minnesota.
And this is the building right here.
So this building alone made $2.6 million. Let's see if anybody's inside. Now we're inside of the building where there's apparently 4 child care centers.
We met this lady and we followed her to the back of the building where the daycare was supposedly at.
So right here we have 2 child daycare centers. We have the Minnesota Child Care Center, and then we also have Nuna. Between the two, $2.66 million. Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Why are you funding?
Yes. We would like to know.
Well, it says we're trying to figure out 102 children Is that for this facility?
What is the name? Do I see the
It's from the state of Minnesota website. It says you have 102 children here in your child care.
Which child care name is a lot of
Minnesota Child Care right here. It's from the state of Minnesota's website. We're just wondering where the children are.
Where the children are?
Yeah, where are the children? It says you have 102 children here, and you got $2.66 million this year in funding, and $2.5 million last year. We're just wondering where the kids are.
And who are you?
My name's Nick Shirley.
Nick Shirley.
And where are you?
So this guy, not only does this fucking red shirt guy just lie and say he's Nick Shirley, this Nick Shirley, he says he's Nick Shirley because that's his name, and this guy says it's Nick Shirley. And as you can see from this exchange, they are essentially, the daycare workers are essentially trying to find out what's the child's name, what child are you talking about, where did you get this document from, what child are you talking about, who are you?
Oh, we are from ourselves. Yeah. Hello, we'd like to ask where the money's going.
By the way, if these two chuckle dicks plus the other fucking guys that are there try to break into the child care with no identification as to like what child you're there for, because by the way, if you've ever been to a child care center to pick up a kid, they want to know who you're there to pick up. Are we even live anymore? I don't know. We might not be in live anymore. Who knows? But for these ladies to close the door on these people, it's pretty clear they're not there to pick up a child. They're not there. They don't have business there. There's a guy with weird documents saying, I got these from the state, and they're shutting the security door to keep these people out in an attempt to keep them out for the protection of, even if there's one child in there, they're trying to protect that child from these fucking goons. One guy says he's Nick Shirley. The other guy says he's Nick Shirley.
Look at that. Shut us down. Where are the children at? No children inside of this daycare center. And look at this daycare center.
Why would there be children in the entrance of a daycare center?
No children inside of this daycare center.
Yeah, that's the other thing.
Between
Why the fuck would the children be behind a glass door in an entryway? Right?
those buildings, over $2.6 million.
Yeah, no shit. Renting business space is expensive, you dumb fuck. This is obviously a big-ass building. Look at this. If we go back, you can see how big this building is. Here he is poking his camera into fucking a daycare center, by the way, which pretty soon this guy is going to get, I'm going to guess pretty soon this guy's going to be walked off from at least 500 feet from any kind of children. Yeah. It's going to happen pretty soon.
No children inside of this daycare center.
But you can see there's an upstairs mezzanine. As he's walking along here, you can see this is a commercial building. Commercial space is expensive. And I would guess that this is in some kind of downtown area. And if you've ever tried to rent commercial space in a downtown area, it's expensive. And these startup companies that are being put in place to do childcare for people that are obviously at a very low income threshold. These subsidies are in place so that these centers can be in an area where they need to be.
How can these childcare centers have no children? There's $2.6 million inside these businesses that were given by the government, but there's no children to be seen anywhere.
This person just said they don't work here.
People deserve to know where their taxes are going. If these companies and these daycare centers are making upwards of $2.6 million and there's no children to be seen anywhere, something fraudulent is happening. And that is not making you racist, Islamophobic. This is just the truth of what's happening here in Minnesota.
So he wants to highlight there that it's the truth, that he hasn't been able to record or film any children. Which, by the way, normally puts you on a list, right? Doesn't this put you on a list normally? You want to be filming children, okay? And then he wants to
if you're
say it doesn't make me
persistent
he says it doesn't make me Islamophobic. It doesn't make me racist. It's that there's something going on here.
There's a bunch of white people doing the same thing, we'd be talking about the same issue. This is just fraud at unprecedented levels.
He says if there's a bunch of white people doing the same thing, we'd be talking about it. And the gal oh my God, you have to hit the I'm not a robot. I'm not a robot anymore. To go to the United States Attorney's Office website. Where is the lady? There was a I have to find her real quick. Because I forgot to look this up ahead of time. So I would have it ready to go.
We so rarely talk about the actual topic. It's hardly a surprise.
Yeah, here it is. No, this is oh, sorry, this is the food fraud.
No.
Somebody committed food fraud.
Like SNAP food fraud, or?
No, it was a according to court documents, they ran a small storefront grocery store in Minneapolis called Evergreen Grocery and Deli in April 2020. EREG enrolled Evergreen Grocery and Deli in the Federal Child Nutrition Program as a food distribution site under the sponsorship of Feeding Our Future. Under the direction of her husband, Ahmed, signed falsified meal count sheets, including one dated December 31st, 2020, claiming Evergreen Grocery and Deli served 3,250 children twice a day during the week of January 24th, 2021. Between April 2020 and April 2021, Evergreen Grocery and Deli claimed to have served over 1.4 million meals to children. So these people were convicted.
Yeah.
In total, Ahmed laundered $1.3 million in federal child nutrition program funds, which these people have been convicted. They pled guilty in February 25th, 2025. These people received $4.2 million in payments from Feeding Our Future. They were saying that they were feeding 3,250 children twice a day.
Twice a day, that's a lot.
It's pretty obvious. Yeah, I mean, a pretty obvious fraud situation, which is much different than the 102 kids. Does it specify single location? 102 annually because it is a weekly by weekly program. That's the thing. If you have a kid coming in for 2 hours a day after school, that counts as a kid coming into your daycare, right? Because you have to have staff there to handle it. I'm trying to find it. There was a white lady that was convicted in 2023.
Oh yeah, I do remember seeing that article.
Yeah, and I had it earlier, but I don't have it right now. I'm gonna find it.
He's not getting nearly as much play as everyone else, of course.
Right. Well, that's the bigger thing is that like the white lady was the ringleader of the whole thing.
Right.
White woman. So we need 2023 is when it happened. I believe it was 2 years ago. Where was it? It's like we have to go into the Wayback Machine because everything has to populate to the top now. Here it is. Oh, sorry. This is a Minnesota woman was charged for her actions during the breach of the U.S. Capitol on January 6th. Victoria Charity White. Ah, here it is. There she is. I'd forgotten about Amy Bach. Okay, here it is. Oh, I've got an ad blocker, and they won't. Fox News won't let me read it out loud. We'll go to the Alberta Tribune. The feds seek $5.2 million restitution from founder of Feeding Our Future, St. Paul, in St. Paul, Minnesota. Federal prosecutors have asked judge to order the ringleader of the $250 million Feeding Our Future scandal, the largest known pandemic-era fraud scheme in Minnesota, to pay millions of dollars in restitution. Here it is. This is what I'm reading to you right now. Federal prosecutors have asked a judge to order the ringleader of the $250 million Feeding Our Future scandal, the largest known pandemic-era fraud scheme in Minnesota, to pay millions of dollars in restitution. Oh, they put that's the top line, and I read the top line up here. It's the exact same fucking sentence. Very cool, very cool. That's how you get your word count up. You get your word count up, and then it's good. Amy Bach, 45 years old, should pay $5.2 million for involvement in the scheme, prosecutors said in a December 19th court filing requesting a judge issue a forfeiture order. Most of the money prosecutors are seeking is in a $3.5 million Bank of America account seized by the government during its investigation. Brock was convicted earlier this year for stealing federal money from the state through fraudulent meal reimbursement claims to the Minnesota Department of Education. The money was supposed to provide meals to children in need during the COVID-19 crisis. Bach and 77 others were accused of claiming nearly $250 million in reimbursements for millions of meals they never served. More than 50 defendants have been convicted as of mid-December, but less than half of the money has been recovered. I would like to highlight that this happened in
They were convicted 2023, but
Yeah.
2020 through 2023. Yeah.
Yeah, 2025 is when this, I think it automatically updated the date at the top, but either way. Bach, here we go, there's a quotation. As the director and sole person in control of FOF, Bach was the indispensable leader of the food program fraud scheme and conspiracy, FBI forensic accountant Pauline Rose wrote in the forfeiture filing. She submitted all or nearly all of the claims that caused those payments to be made. Bach and co-defendant Salim Ahmed Saeed, co-owner of the now-closed Safari restaurant in Minneapolis, was one of the main locations for fraudulent claims, were convicted in March. Bach said, who was 36 at the time of his conviction, Bach and Saeed, who was 36 at the time of his conviction in March, have not yet been sentenced and remain in custody. The remainder of the $5.2 million restitution request against Bach seeks payments for various deposits and payments made to entities tied to the scheme, as well as bribes and kickbacks related to fraud. At trial this year, prosecutors said Bach pocketed about $2 million. They need to recover the funds, blah, blah, blah. Unclear how much money will be recovered. New fraud cases. Here it is. Last week, the federal prosecutors announced 6 new charges in alleged schemes tied to the state-administered Medicaid programs. Thompson described fraud in Minnesota as industrial scale and estimated half or more of the $18 billion paid out since 2018 in 14 high-risk programs. could have been lost to fraud. Could have been lost to fraud. Minnesota Government Tim Walz, who has come under increasing pressure to address fraud in government programs, said he hasn't seen any evidence of that scale of theft, because you're just surmising right here that it could be, right? Officials with the State Department of Human Services continue to press back against Thompson's estimate at a Monday briefing, saying the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services have never raised concerns about that level of fraud. I could see potentially there being hundreds of millions of dollars of fraud in our programs if you stretch that out throughout several years, said DHS Inspector General James Clark. No one at DHS has previously heard anything from our federal partners at CMS or otherwise even remotely approaching that $9 billion figure. And there the article ends once again. And so it comes down to, why are the YouTubers making this content in this way, right?
It's actually very concerning. Where are the...
Here we go. Oh, here he is down the hallway.
Where are centers all across Minnesota, and there's not a child to be seen anywhere?
There's not a child. There he makes the statement, there's not a child to be seen anywhere. Okay. Once again, I'm going to ask the exact same question that I've asked before, which is what fucking day of the week is it, you piece of shit? And can you verify that you're not there on a fucking Saturday or a Sunday or Tuesday at 9 p.m.? Right?
Right.
The kids are in bed. What are you talking about? There's the Jedi Adult Daycare Center Incorporated, which sounds specifically to me like an adult daycare center, right?
Yep.
Do you think that the handicapped people that require adult daycare want you to come in and film them?
I'm going to guess no.
I'm going to guess no.
Daycare center inside the same building?
We don't want you to be videotaping anything.
That guy says right here, we don't want you to be videotaping anything. And this is the exact same hallway that other fucking reporter was down. Where was it? Do we have it here? Yeah, there it is. Exact same hallway. Jedi Adult right there. Exact same hallway. Exact same hallway. Exact same hallway. Here we go. These guys say we don't want you to record.
Going for if there's no children at these daycare centers?
Sir.
Yes.
I told you, please.
Sir, I told you, please leave.
Leave.
Yes, we have a question though. Where is the children at these daycare centers if there's millions of dollars?
Ask the local government, yeah.
Oh,
And that guy says, ask the local government.
We've asked. We have the paper here. So we're wondering where the money.
They have a
and where
piece
the
of
children
paper.
are at. We have the paper right here. Come here.
Who are you, first of all?
My name's Nick Shirley.
You don't have any permission to record me, period.
Can we talk outside?
You don't have permission to record.
She doesn't either have. She doesn't have permission to record me.
You cannot stop people on the street and question them.
We can ask.
You don't have any permission.
Where are the children?
Okay, first off, not true. You do have the right to film anybody in public. You can ask. You are allowed as a fellow citizen to ask questions of people. They are also allowed to not answer any of your fucking questions. If you are outside in public, you do not have the expectation of privacy, so you could be filmed. Now, whether this guy who's making these statements, he's not a representative of our government. He's not a police officer. He's a random guy, and he could be wrong, right? He could be wrong. He's already expressed to them, I do not film here. I don't want you to film here. They refuse and continue to film.
Yep.
Now, he's making an assertion that is incorrect, but what is an issue here is that this is technically a public space currently for the people recording. They are in their right to record. But at this moment, when somebody tells you, you do not have permission to record, you need to exit the property, you are essentially being trespassed. Now, this guy is not a representative of He's not a police officer. He's not anything like that. But as you've seen in other instances, they had to call the police in order to escort Igor, Nick, and Nick. Apparently, they both go by Nick now. I don't know. It's a new pronoun thing. Maybe he's trans. He's transing into Nick. I don't know. He told those other people he was Nick Shirley, so I'm going to take his word for it. The red shirt guy is now Nick Shirley. This is Nick Shirley. They're both Nick Shirley. You know, it's a kind of a avant-garde. It's like a really avant-garde performance thing that I just probably don't get because I'm not artsy enough.
They're probably also I am Charlie Kirk. So
I am Charlie Kirk. Yeah. Fucking get out of here. Well, I mean, they're performing like Charlie Kirk. It's all very performative. It's lacking information. It's lacking any kind of follow-up. You know, it's just nonsensical. He just walks around and points at signs and occasionally asks people, where are the kids? Which is bizarre. And by the way,
how do you feel about fraud?
If these guys all walked up on me and started asking, where are the kids? I might pull a piece on them. You know, and they're going to be like, obviously, the whites, Americans are violent, right? Isn't that what they would do? They would be like, this white guy is filming us, and he told us to fuck off and pulled his gun out. They're just violent. These just violent whites.
Liberal America is stealing our guns to cause us harm.
The violent whites.
I'll sue you. You don't have any permission. We have nothing to do with this. You understand?
Then are there
So leave. Please leave.
Are there children here?
Please leave.
Where are the children? $2.6 million for a daycare center.
You ask whoever you think is doing that. You don't know what you're talking about. So leave.
Tell us what's happening here then.
I said leave.
We're wondering what's happening.
We are not a child care. We are nothing to do with it. We're common people walking. And
Yes.
you are.
We're not accusing you.
This guy's just saying, we're common people walking. I don't even think he has any association with any of the businesses.
No, he just happened to be in the hallway.
Yeah, he's like, just get the fuck out of here. He's like, which is like, there's fraud. Obviously, fraud and abuse. Right?
Tell us what you
We're
know.
asking where are the children
Look at this.
are at.
Don't ask me anything.
We're not accusing you. We're asking the daycare centers.
I am not going to answer. You have.
Where are the children at?
Leave. Leave.
Ever notice that the camera never shows the other side and the fact that there's at least 4 grown men and this guy is all by himself? Right? This guy's all by himself, just trying to ask 4 grown men, 2 of them potentially masked up in fucking ski parkas and shit, which you don't know if they got a gun under the ski parka, right? He's asking them to leave.
Where are the children?
While this fucking brain-addled idiot keeps asking, where are the children? Where are the children? To the camera. Where are the children? Where are the children? Where are the children? Is he going to say it again? Hold on, let's see.
My name's Nick Shirley.
My name's Nick Shirley.
I
work for myself.
Okay, what are you recording?
We're wondering, where are the children?
Oh, there's the mask guys in the back.
$6 million for
You're not talking to
the
the
Minnesota
right
Child Care Center.
You're not talking to the right person.
Are there children that come here? Answer the question. Are there children? There's no children inside this building.
You don't know who you're talking to. Leave.
That's just a simple question.
The guy literally just said, you don't know who you're talking to. Leave. Which, you know, I mean, if you said it, if you said it in a very specific American native way, you would say, you're talking to the wrong people. Get the fuck out of here. You don't have permission to be in here. I don't have anything to do with the childcare business, but I'm in this building. Get the fuck out of here, right? If it was somebody who is native American English speaking person, that's what you would probably say. Hey, get the fuck out of here. The cops are on the way. My security's coming down here. They're fully armed. Whatever the fuck, you know, whatever the fuck you were going to say, you would be speaking quickly. And you would ask this Nick Shirley fucking dipshit, why do you keep asking about the kids? Why do you keep asking where the kids are? You've asked me it 16 times now. There's no fucking kids here, you diddler ass motherfucker. Get the fuck out of here. That's what you would say. And he would go, oh, they're so aggressive. They're just being so aggressive to me. I must leave now. I have my security guards here, my Igor masked up. You know, but we gotta go.
Where are the children at? David, they
And then
won't
he
even
just keeps
answer. They
asking,
asked him
where are the
plain
children
simple,
at?
Where are the children? Do children come here?
This is why I've had my life. I've been attacked twice. Once with a knife, and the other time I was jumped last Saturday by three
So this guy claims he was attacked with a knife, and then last Saturday he was jumped.
Somali men simply for asking questions about what was going on, and they're very, very violent people. They do not like this fraud to be exposed.
I got a good question for, what was his name? David, or is it Nick Shirley? I don't know. He's presented himself multiple times with different names, so who knows? Maybe his name isn't David. Maybe his name is Joe. Who the fuck knows? He's clearly a liar. It's obvious that Igor in the back there had his mask up so that people wouldn't be able to get his picture, but then he just took his mask off while that part of the clip was being filmed by fucking one of the Nick Shirleys. Who the fuck knows? One of them. Then he claims that he was attacked with a knife. Then he claims last Saturday he was attacked by 3 Somali men. He was jumped by Somali men because they're very violent people. Now, I want to ask that guy, the Nick Shirley guy, the fat old one, the fat old Nick Shirley, I want to ask, hey, fat old Nick Shirley, if I roll up on you on your property and just start asking you fucking crazy questions about where's the kids and why are you committing fraud? Why are you committing fraud? Where are the kids? Where are the kids? Where are the kids? Where? Show me the kids. Show me the kids. Where are the kids? Hey, where are the kids? Where are the kids? Show me the kids. Why are you committing fraud? Why are you committing fraud, huh?
Where do you keep your fake children?
What exactly would fat old Nick Shirley's response be to that? What would his response be? What would his response be if I rolled up on his property and just started asking him where the kids are? Why is he committing fraud? I have this piece of paper I got that I printed out on my own printer. It's clearly a government document. Couldn't have been made up in Photoshop. Couldn't have been made up by ChatGPT. Couldn't have been made up by anything, right? I could make that document. I could make that document in about 10 seconds in fucking ChatGPT. Just make up some shit.
Giving this man plenty of opportunities to answer the
Giving
simple
this
question,
man
where
plenty of
are the
opportunities, who has never even said that he worked at any of the child care places, right? Never said, I work at the child care places. He's just in this building. He said earlier, I'm just a common person walking around, right?
He called the cops on us, and we headed to the state capitol.
And then he called the cops on them, right? He called the police. He called the actual fucking authority that somebody is fucking trespassing and committing a crime here, right? Now, it's not necessarily an enforceable crime until they trespass again and commit a crime after they've already been asked to leave the property by a police officer, right? But that guy called the police. They sat here and scapegoated all Somalis as fucking violent people, right? Because that unfounded dude said he was jumped by 3 dudes, which, by the way, was last Saturday, and he clearly has zero. I don't see any injuries on him whatsoever. I've been jumped before, and I sure as shit wasn't running around the next weekend putting pieces of paper in people's faces and saying, why are you committing fraud? Where are the children? Right? The last time I was jumped, I was in the hospital. You know? Right. Like, what the fuck are we talking about, old man? Old fat man somehow recovers better than a 23-year-old that's in really good shape, apparently. Who the fuck knows?
Having a meeting about the fraud.
Now he goes here
representatives
and doesn't post any of the
government who are
content
enabled
from
to let
this
fraud
hearing.
happen. Inside of this committee, a Republican representative showed charts showing exactly how this fraud has been committed and who is.
Okay, there he says the Republican representative have posted charts about how this is happening. Okay, this is a fucking bubble chart that supposedly here's how it's happening. Zero evidence. This is a bubble chart.
Profiting and connecting all the dots. And while the Democrat representative.
Then, as he says here, while the Democrat representative
looked into the abyss, one of them
looked into the abyss. Okay. Somehow this guy is supposedly, I'm just a moderate. I don't have any stakes in the game here. You literally just proposed that the Republicans somehow brought all these receipts, which, by the way, was a bubble chart of fucking bullshit. Okay, which I could print up at fucking Kinko's tomorrow, right?
Bubble chart.
Or like I said, or I could just say, hey, Witchy Cat, can you make a bubble chart for me real quick with ChatGPT?
Sure. Yeah. Do I
But-
have to use ChatGPT? I can just do it with Photoshop.
You could just do it with Photoshop. You could just do it with Photoshop real quick. Write some random things in. Then suddenly you go, oh, the Democrats are just staring into the abyss because you don't like the physical presentation of this one person, right? Which is exactly what this is right here. You're making fun of this person's appearance, right? So, if we've established that Nick Shirley and Nick Shirley go in on a video together where they start to make fun of people's appearances, I would like you to rewind 5 minutes ago in my video while I talked about how one was old and fat, and I talked about how the other one is a brain-addled retard. Now, I can legally do that because they're already doing that in their video.
Was looked into the abyss. One of them spoke about how none of this is building trust. And
Oh, here we go. One of them spoke. We can't say who spoke, what they spoke about. We are obviously in the room. We can't just play what they spoke about. Why not? Why can't you just air what they said in this hearing?
how this is a nonpartisan issue. So I went and confronted her after that.
So instead of airing what happened in the hearing, we do a voiceover. Where we go, the Republican brought bubble graphs, okay, and the Democrat just stared into the abyss. And we didn't air any of the hearing because obviously it's really expensive. Like, it's just like super expensive to like put the video up on YouTube. Right? I mean, it costs, upwards of $0 because YouTube hosts your videos for free. So we couldn't just put the hearing up there and let people listen to it. Why? Why can't we just put the hearing up there and listen and let people listen to it? Instead, we are going to be absolute weirdos and confront them after they're done doing their work.
He has some very valid questions to ask about.
Who's this
going on in
guy?
Minnesota. And do you think this fraud
I don't know who
crosses?
you are.
My name is Nick.
This lady says, I don't know who you are. Sir, I don't know who you are.
Do you think this fraud
My name is Nick Shirley.
is Republican or Democrat, or just facts that fraud is happening?
Meanwhile, he's asking questions while somebody walks away, which, personally, I do not like this behavior, whether it's from the left or the right or anybody else, okay? I don't like it. Get an interview with them. I guarantee you could get an interview with them. Or, at the very least, you could have aired what they said in the hearing that you obviously were there to record. Right? You could post any of the stuff that she presented at the hearing. Nope, can't do that. Can't do that. We're going to hang around after and ask questions as they're walking away.
Well, because that's what I heard you talking about. That
I know what I said is that
because
what we're talking
we want
about
to build trust, but fraud is fraud. So why should we be enabling fraud to happen here?
No, I don't think anybody is enabling fraud to happen.
Okay, so meanwhile, this lady is being grilled by apparently Nick Shirley, which we can't even really be sure if his name is Nick Shirley because the other guy said his name was Nick Shirley also. I don't know. It's all kind of suspicious at this point. We don't know who this gentleman is, right? We have no idea who this gentleman is. He hasn't even presented himself as to who he is. Who is that guy? Who is that guy? It's kind of suspicious. A dude wearing a suit, and he's also got a backpack on? Ugh. Disgusting. You're going to wear a suit with a fucking, like, book bag backpack? Ugh. 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 Oh my God. At least have some fucking class and carry a real bag with you, okay? What the fuck is this? What is this fucking book bag from fucking Walmart? What are you, 8 years old? Why do you have a book bag, you fucking baby man? Okay, sorry.
The wall's accountable for this.
Okay, sir.
So, and then this maniac with the suit and the fucking child backpack on. starts shouting, "When are we going to hold Waltz accountable for this?" Did you see that? Hold on, I'm going to play it again because it's that ridiculous.
Because we want to build trust, but fraud is fraud. So why should we be enabling fraud to happen here?
No, I don't think anybody is enabling fraud to happen.
Hold Governor Walz accountable for this.
Okay.
So then, this Nick Shirley's asking a question, and then bookbag fucking suit weirdo just runs in and starts asking another question.
Vehemently, I might add.
When are we going to hold Waltz accountable for this? So this guy asserts that Nick Shirley, sweatshirt guy, supposedly a grown adult, just wandering around with his sweatshirt on, strangely wears the same sweatshirt throughout the whole video. I think they were doing some real investigatory reporting. Was this on multiple days, or was this just one day?
All on one day?
Oh, all on the one day. He's wearing the same fit. It's very bizarre. The youngsters, they really like to change their outfits. I don't know why he's wearing the same fit.
We need to see what old Nick Fuentes is wearing.
Who, Nick Fuentes?
Or not Nick Fuentes, Nick Shirley. We need to see what old Nick Shirley is wearing.
We could talk about Nick Fuentes if you really want. He's just a really waste of. It's just a really waste of breath. I mean, when he, if you really want to know who Nick Fuentes is, just look up Nick Fuentes and Destiny, and it's pretty funny. It's just the funniest arc you've ever seen. It's hilarious. There's allegedly a blowjob video involved. Allegedly, haven't verified whose penis it is, but somebody's penis is in someone's mouth. I don't know whose penis it is. I have no clue as to whose penis and whose mouth. I don't know what's going on, but allegedly, there are blowjobs involved.
All right.
I'm just saying. I am pro blowjob, by the way, just so you guys understand. If the boys got to be boys, I'm pro. It's fine. I don't care. If the girls got to be girls, I don't care. If the girls got to boys, whatever you want to do, it's all good. But if you're a neo-Nazi and getting blowjobs from dudes, that's could be a question. Could be a question involved.
Could be a fetish.
It's to the extent of my knowledge about the neo-Nazis, like it's okay when you're in prison,
right?
But not when you're out. So that's normal. That's like that's their whole stipulation thing, not mine. I don't care. Everyone can get a blowjob every day, all day, whenever, as long as it's consensual. It's all good. I don't care.
Mouth to genitalia contact acceptable. Got it.
It's totally fine. I don't. It's all good for me. Anyhow, let's move on with this supposed interview, which is more
back to Minnesota.
More just a ambush from two weirdos.
No. This is not. Sir. When are you going to hold Governor Walz? No. She is a representative for the state of Minnesota. Yes or no?
Excuse me?
Yes. Are you?
If you're going to talk to me like that.
Are you going to say to her, I'm a disability advocate?
I heard you, and
you've
got a chance to testify.
No.
Ma'am, the fact that fraud is happening here.
It's a very skillful exit. Just pawn them off on your secretary. Now, I agree. And clearly, that guy is unhinged, and you could see that she was basically like, you already had your time to advocate for whatever it is. Like, if you need help with whatever it is, this gal can help you.
I think if you've been listening to our hearings, we've had now 10 hearings on this, and so there's.
And as highlighted here from the state representative, that there have been 10 hearings on this already.
Really good data from the people who both work within the administration as well as who both Democrat and Republicans. I think what you heard today is that the Republicans who control this committee are not actually interested in solving fraud. What they're interested in is telling a story.
Which is very interesting, as she highlights right there. The Republicans that are in control, okay? The Republicans are in control of this committee, okay? Why are you asking and grilling the Democrat who is not in the majority? Which, by the way, this is the continued narrative from the absolute fucking bullshit MAGA freaks that always want to claim that they're somehow, I'm the victim. The Republicans are in charge of this committee, and yet you're over here bothering the Democrat.
that's happened underneath Democrat leader Tim Walz?
There has been Medicaid fraud across the country under Democrats and Republicans. There's fraud within the Trump administration. We have is fraud. Private providers have made government a mark. And so every person running government, Democrats or Republicans, are dealing with the issue of how to keep fraudsters out of our public payment. We're also dealing with veterans. We're dealing with consumers. I hope you're looking at that. If you look at United Health, currently is being charged with defrauding Medicare. You know who runs Medicare? President Trump. Medicaid fraud is a 50-state issue. And so, again, it is not a partisan issue. There are Democrats and Republicans who are sitting in that committee talking about it. But what you did here was the Republican chair say she's not turning information over to the one person in government who can stop payment. And I hope you print that. Thank you for coming today.
And there you go. There's the actual fucking summary of what is going on here. You have to go to the Democrat to actually even get a response. I don't know. Did they even go to the Republicans and ask them what the fuck was going on? They're the ones leading this committee, as she highlighted. And they are the ones leading the committee. As you noticed earlier in this video right here from the news from 11 months ago, guess who they were talking to? Where is she? This gal right here, who is Lisa Demuth, the Republican House Speaker, who was being designated because she wasn't sworn in yet. But this is the Republican Speaker of the House. In Minnesota, they have a Republican majority. You don't get to be the Speaker of the House unless you have a majority. You're a majority and a minority. That's how it fucking works, right? We're in like 101 class here, folks, with the YouTube shitters, with the YouTube fucking pants shitters, right? Anyhow, this continues on in Minnesota.
Okay. Well, you saw what happened there.
And then he goes, well, you saw what happened.
And these politicians are just walking off, thinking it's okay Tuesday, and they want to go visit the Trump. They want to blame the Trump administration. We have Democrats blaming ICE. I'm tired.
This is, by the way, MAGA. These are your representatives here. These are your people, right? The one guy who clearly gets an answer from the Democrat who actually took time to answer at least one or two of his questions, right? On her way out from work. Who knows where the fuck she has to go next? Does she have another hearing to go to? Does she have another appointment to go to? I don't know. I don't fucking know. I don't know their schedule. But now it's supposedly framed as they're just walking away. Hey, where's the Republicans? Where's the Republican representatives that stopped and answered your questions? You have a shrieking maniac over here who said he was a disability. He said he was a disability representative or a disabled representative, something. I'm confused. And then he said, I'm overstimulated, right? You started talking about how he's overstimulated. He got walked back by a lady in a power suit, right? And then now he's back out here to rant while this dipshit has this fucking stupid look on his face.
My people are suffering. I'm scared for my little brother.
And this guy's scared for his little brother.
My people are suffering, and these people just walk off.
My people are suffering, and these people just walk off. They just walk off because it's the end of the thing that they're there to do. Right? So Trump just golfs more than any president has. Takes more vacations than any other president ever has, and yet this guy, they want to talk about Trump. Yeah. Right? Where are your Republican representatives? Where did they go?
Right.
Did they talk to you? Did they spend time after this hearing to talk to you? The Democrat just said that the Republican running the hearing has the evidence and will not forward it to the authorities.
Right. How many more people are going to freaking die? How many more people are going to go homeless?
How many more people are going to die, and how many people are going to go homeless?
Trafficked in our freaking system.
How many people are going to be trafficked in our freaking system? And then here it is. Here's the conclusion of the video, guys. In one day, we uncovered an estimated $111 million worth of fraud. Really? You did? What fraud did you uncover? You walked around and pointed at signs. You hung out with security guards with masked Igor and Igor. You drove around Minnesota in one day. You didn't even change your outfit to try and act like you went somewhere else. Was this Saturday the whole day? What day was this that you were there? And they supposedly uncovered $111 million worth of fraud. You know, I really hope for the future of this country, because people are absolutely falling for this Turning Point USA type fucking bullshit on a regular basis. And it takes me 2.5 hours to fucking break it down as to how ridiculous this fucking bullshit is. But the problem is, we're all gonna sit here and act like this is normal to have watched those YouTube videos, right?
Right.
That video got, oh fuck, I'd have to look it up. How many views did it get? Should we look up Nick Fuentes next? Hold on. I typed in Nick and I got Nick Fuentes. So that video got 1.7 million views, not to mention all the views on X, Facebook, whatever else. The shorts here all have 500,000 views, 450,000 views. I exposed Minnesota's $1 billion fraud, 500,000 views, short. They've made tons of shorts out of all of this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 million short views on shorts. Yeah, it's just, and it's to be honest with you, this shit is all being fucking funded by groups like TPUSA to pay that guy to fly out there to make that content, and it's absolutely fucking disgusting. And time and time again, people have asked me, shitters have asked me, they've come around and they're like, Wouldn't you want to be funded to make content? I'm like, yeah, I would. But why would I go make this disingenuous fucking fake shit? I would assume that people wouldn't fall for it. It's the bigger issue, right? I would assume that you all would be smart enough to not fall for it. Apparently you aren't. Apparently my neighbor isn't. It's also one of the reasons I brought this up. My neighbor posted that video the other day, and he's like, some people are going to jail. And I was like, some people already went to jail. What the fuck are you talking about?
that dude for harassing people.
I mean, I don't think that dude's going to jail. The Nick Fuentes Jr., whatever the fuck his name was.
Surely.
Nick Fuentes Jr. Baby Nick Fuentes.
Wee little Nicky.
We've lost all of our viewers. All of our viewers are gone. We need to get TPUSA on the line to get some views.
Well, yeah, maybe you should broadcast from a change my mind tent.
Yeah, maybe I'm gonna have to start doing it. Going to the college campuses that are closed off. They're so closed off. They won't let us say what we want at the college campuses. They won't let us come there. The college campuses are closed. Probably because you look like every assailant that has ever attacked the school.
Right, that's gone nuts with a gun.
You look like every fucking shooter.
There's machine guns.
You look like every shooter that's ever done a mass shooting, you know?
Oh, D-Rock.
Oh, D-Rock's still here. What's up, buddy? Nocturnal Plant Collector says internet. Internet!
Yep.
I had to stop doing that at the beginning of my videos because wherever I went, people would ask me to yell internet. Or they would just yell internet at me. So I had to stop doing it. Chrissy said, oh crap, did I miss this? I don't know. It's possible. You could have missed it. Ricab Harris says not at all. Or not all. Not I added the at. Because it's cute. You know. I think at's a cute word. So I added it.
Okay.
The difference in names could be daycare for elementary students and super kids is like tutoring for older kids. Yes. That could be the differences in the business, that you have a daycare for infants and you have a daycare for the regular kids, or regular kids, older kids. There could be difference in. There could be multiple businesses registered to one location.
Yep.
Like my house. People would be like, you have 2 houses? No, I'd be like, I have 2 businesses. One for the fucking YouTube shit and one for my construction company. And there's also another company registered.
I was gonna say, I bet there's more than just the 2.
For the cleaning company. Yep.
Oh, yeah, there you go. All right.
Just 2.
Well, and some people just do an LLC for their homes or their personal lives. I know that.
Yeah.
So.
There's a lot of people that do LLCs for their personal life because they formulate an LLC and then rent all of their shit to the LLC. Just wild. But welcome to the tax code. I have a very spicy accountant now who I just had to pay for last year's taxes. She was like, I had to file for extension, and then she was like, yeah, who gives a shit? We'll get around to it because you don't owe any money. And I was like, what? She's like, yeah, don't worry about it. You don't owe any money. You won't get a penalty because there isn't a penalty if you don't owe any money. And I'm like, okay. So filed the taxes, paid them. I forgot to pay. I forgot to sign all the documents and stuff. So they were like, hey, you need to sign this and pay us our money. And I was like, oh, shit, you got it. That was pretty funny. But let's talk about Alaska. We went up to Alaska. Like I said, it was frigid. It was freezing cold. It was actually like it was freezing cold, but it was like interestingly freezingly cold. When you reach certain temperatures, it becomes interesting to me, right? Like when it's summertime and it is so hot that you're like, we've entered Bizarro world, right? You know what I mean?
Sadly, yes.
Yeah, it's like when it's like 89 degrees out and you're like, it's hot. I'm kind of sweaty and whatever, but it's not interesting, right? But when it's like 111 degrees and you're like, what the fuck is going on with the Earth planet?
Right.
And then you're just like, I just had to lay down and pour water on my face because it was so fucking hot out. It's like, that's interesting to me. And that was the same thing with the temperature when we were in Alaska. It was actually so cold that it was interesting. I took some pictures. I shared some pictures on the Discord. I did shoot a little bit of video because I want to contrast the video with some of our other Alaska content that I've recorded. I don't even know if I've released a bunch of it. But the beach was frozen. The easy way to explain it is that, like, you go to the beach in the summertime and there's like sand and the waves wash up on the beach. Well, because the waves and the wind have been washing up on the beach so much and it's been so frozen that there was like an inch of ice, if not more, in areas on everything on the beach. The whole ice, the beach was ice, period. And there was a point where I got some pictures. I didn't get any video of it because I didn't take a drone because it's illegal to fly the drone without the license these days. I could record the footage, but I wouldn't be able to show you guys the footage, which is kind of the whole point of drone footage, right?
Yeah.
It's like you could technically fly it and record, but you can't use the recording unless you have the license. So it's all very...
And they don't license DJI stuff now, so...
Yeah, which is interesting.
So far, it's just the drones. I'm waiting for the cameras.
It's just the drones, yeah. They won't be able to get around to the cameras because it's too established of product, would be the point. But they might ban the software side of it at some point in time. But it also depends on if somebody bribes our president or not, right? They'll give him a golden diaper, and then he'll be like, "There's no tariffs, there's no more restrictions," because TikTok is supposed to be banned, but it's not. It passed through Congress, and yet here we are. So none of that shit makes any sense. But the license is a little bit of a pain in the ass to get, and it just didn't seem viable for me to go through the whole process. I have a friend that has a license. If I really need to shoot drone stuff, I can ask her to come and fly the drone, and she'll use her license, and then when I upload the footage, we'll have a license number to put on there. But I haven't had a big need for it. Even though there has been a lot of like crazy weather stuff that has happened, there hasn't really just been like a big use to like fly the drone around and like film that shit for you guys, because yeah, I don't know. I'm not the weather guy, so you know. But I did get some footage to compare and contrast with other footage that I have from Alaska and the places that we've been before. So I'm going to attempt to combine those into something that I can upload for you guys. But it was pretty fun. You know, the downside is that like the weather was so fucking cold that there just really wasn't that much you could go do, right? Like one of the big upsides to Alaska is the nature side, right? Couldn't go fishing because the harbor was actually frozen. The salt water is fucking frozen. That's how crazy it is. Like the harbor that is just salt water is frozen. Like, hold on.
What's the freezing point for salt water? Negative.
I don't know. You have to look it up. I was looking up images of the actual harbor being frozen.
Okay.
A lot of people were posting them. Load, please. Oh, here's the one. Okay, well, it needs to at least be clear so people can see it. It can't be pixelated. Come on now. Oh, here we go. Somebody I know sent me this. This will give you an idea. This is the harbor where the boats are in. And there he is, standing on the water. Oh. I went to block cookies. So there it is. Just standing. The boats were locked in with ice. Enough ice to walk around on. I wasn't allowed to go out into the harbor and film this because I don't have a boat out there. So I went down to try it, and they were like, "No, get out of here, jerk." And I was like, "Okay." Maybe I should have just shouted at them, "Where are the kids? Where's the fraud? I hear there's fraud." You know, and just be an absolute brain rotted fucking freak. But we didn't have a boat there, and they have a lock gate, and you have the code, and so I couldn't go down there. So I was like, bummer. I wanted to film it. I wanted to film the frozen harbor, but that gives you an idea. And at what temperature did you look it up?
28.4 Fahrenheit, -2 Celsius.
Oh, is that it?
Yep.
That's warmer than I thought. What's that?
And that's salt water, but the higher the salinity, the lower the freezing point goes, obviously.
Right.
So. It's more about how cold the ground beneath the water is for the water to freeze like that.
Right.
So.
Yeah, -2 Celsius. I was trying to figure out how low it needs to be.
For oceans to freeze or waves to freeze?
Yeah, because that's the thing is that like the reason that it's like difficult to freeze the ocean water is because there's just so much ocean water.
And it's moving.
And it's moving around, and the temperature underneath it isn't changing because of the air temperature.
Right.
Is the whole point, right? Is that like, yeah, this top part is getting cold, but then that cold part sinks. And then water that's warmer from below, like 39 degrees, right? 36 degrees, replaces it, and it just keeps doing that. So it does take a long time for the ocean water to freeze because of, what is that, capillary action, I believe, right? Yeah, so it was very interesting to see the harbor at Homer frozen from a distance. I couldn't go up there. But I did see like ice flows. I saw water sublimation of water. It's just evaporating up because it's so cold. And it makes this weird plume coming out of the water because you're like, what the fuck? You know, and it's because there's no moisture in the air and it's that cold, and it just does that. It's very, very cool. So very rare to see that, and I thought that was very neat. Then on Christmas Day, we did like some Christmas stuff. We opened presents. We hung out with old grandma and grandpa and the cousins and stuff, and that was fun. And then beginning the next day on the 26th, it just started fucking snowing. And it just didn't stop snowing. So we were told that the area we would get 4 to 8 inches projected. On my measuring stick, when we were going to leave, it was already at 13 inches and still snowing. So the fuck knows. I don't even know. It was thick. It was thick. And we almost didn't get out because we had a minivan with snow tires on it and 13 inches of snow on top of a sheet of ice.
Yeah, that's not made for that.
And they didn't plow. They didn't plow where we were staying. We stayed in one of the old villages. It was very cool. A friend of ours has a friend that has a cabin up there that only uses the cabin during the summer. And so they were like, well, these guys can stay there, you know, and take care of the place while they're gone. And they had a person that was staying there to keep an eye on, because saying it's a cabin is like, well, it's a 3-bedroom house that was just built 2 years ago. So it's actually pretty nice. It's just a house, you know, right? In an old town. And so it was pretty nice. The community well froze up while we were there. That was interesting. One of the town elders drove their weird vehicle over in the evening and just started honking from the bottom of the driveway because the driveway is a steep incline that was just a skating rink. It's about a 4-inch thick sheet of ice down the driveway. So they just pulled up at the bottom and just started honking until we came outside, which was interesting. And they yelled at us to stop using the water because the well's broken. And they thought we were somebody else, which was interesting. But it all worked out. There was some fun stuff. The snow on the last day and the next morning was great because Olivia got a chance to just dig it around in it like a little mongrel that she is for snow. She loves snow so much. And had a great time. Made snow angels, bopped around. We did not achieve Olivia's goal to build an igloo. The snow was not igloo snow. It was not igloo snow. That's the easiest way to explain it. It would have been impossible to build a igloo out of that snow. We saw the family. We flew around on little planes. We flew around on big planes. I am currently not sick, which is good. Traveled and didn't get sick for once in my life, although I did get potential food poisoning. Minor food poisoning.
That's always fun.
You know what I'm talking about. Like, that's disagreeing with my system. And the only thing I ate yesterday was packaged food and food at the airport.
I'm going to go with food at the airport.
I'm going to go with the food at the airport might have been an issue. So, yeah. But that's all good. Little Imodium can clear that up and move right along and drink lots of water and you'll be fine.
Freely soon. Thank you for playing.
Yeah. I mean, you get water butt is the easy way to explain it. Like, oh my God, I got to poop again. Oh my God. But it was okay. It was all good. It was great to see family. Saw all the dogs. Saw about 16 dogs, which is great. Some of our dogs here at the homestead, at our home, were escaping after we were here. And I think it had everything to do with the fact that our dog sitter had a giant untrained pit bull.
Oh.
It's like a pit bull mastiff mix.
Okay.
Gigantic dog. Very friendly dog, but gigantic dog and not very well trained. So just a big dopey asshole. And nice dog. But big dopey asshole. Like, does the thing where you're not looking at the dog, but it jumps up on your back and it weighs probably 140 pounds now or something. And you're like, doof, what the fuck? Goddamn dog's jumping up on me, and then they're like, down dog, bad dog, and you're like, that's not, you can't train a dog like that.
Or you're not aware of where the nose and the tail are at very inopportune levels or times.
Yeah, they just have no idea what's going on. And I think it had everything to do with that like strange giant dog was here. So one of the dogs was escaping, apparently digging holes and escaping, which that dog has never tried to escape since we've had them for however long. They're the foster dogs. And yesterday was our first opportunity to get the dogs fostered to somebody. And nope. They were like, no, we don't think these dogs are right for us.
Great.
And I'm like, they're really cute dogs. They wanted a more athletic, less standoffishy dog. And I was like, they will be not standoffish once you've had them for a while. They're a little bit scared of people, but you have to work with them, and then they will not be scared of you anymore. But they will, they're scared of people. They were abused. They were treated like shit. So you got to build a relationship with them, and that's the whole reason that we're fostering them, because they used to just like freak out and hide in the corner. And I'm like, they're not doing that now. And we've only had them for a little while. We've only been working with them for a little bit, and they're not doing that anymore. They're just a little bit freaked out because you're new. And they brought 3 people to come meet them. So it's like there's even more people than dog. And our other dog's like freaking out, barking at them because they're small. They got small dog syndrome, like stranger danger. But it is what it is. And it's sounding like we're going to foster fail. I already predicted this, as Witchy Cat knows. I predicted this months ago, and or however long ago, month ago, 6 weeks ago. I don't know that was going to happen. But nobody super chatted today, and I got to go. Bye-bye.